Hello everyone, welcome to What If Geto Became a Tutor of the Quintessential Quintuplets movie. Before we start, please go support Nozomi Akatsu for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made, there will be some mistaken character's gender, but of course Geto is a male. Chapter 1. Give me a meatless menu, please. I would be interrupted. 2 meat menus please. The sound is heard right away. Hey. That wasn't necessary to compliment. Geto. Don't worry, Future, you're my friend, smiled like only he knows how. Future, sigh, okay thanks Geto, I'll pay you back I promise. Geto. Don't worry, we're going to eat. Futuro. Okay. Both went to sit down but before leaving the tray. Hey, I arrived first, go sit over there and move, she said angrily. Futuro. You better move, this is where my friend and I sit every day, he said angrily too. Geto. It's better if the 3 of us sit down to eat, and that's it, he said, avoiding a possible fight between his friend and the stranger. Lot 2. Okay. Extra. Look at Uesugi and Geto eating with a girl. The XTRA 2. She will be his girlfriend. The XTRA 3. Obviously, she's not a bookworm, she's probably Geto's girlfriend. Futuro. TSK idiots. You and Futuro realized that the girl who was with them was blushing and you, knowing what was happening, said. Geto. You can eat if you like, don't pay attention to them. Smiling bon appetit. Before eating, he realizes that Futuro was studying while eating and Geto. Well. He was swallowing his food. Geto. If Futuro doesn't want his food, I'll say we're not here to waste it, said Ichibi. Geto, seeing his friend's food, a beast eats and sees its prey. That's rude, do you study while eating or what? Exclaimed annoyed. Futuro. I study for exams, eats a bite, give me, said with his mouth full. Geto. Forgive him, that's how it always is. You must be desperate, he said mockingly, let me see your grades, grabbing the exam from a bewildered Future and a guy who didn't even notice. Futuro. Hey. Let's see. Futuro. Uesugi's score was looking at the exam and seeing the score 100 points. Let's see. Geto. Geto's is surprised again, also 100. Futuro. Ah, but how embarrassing, he said embarrassed. Outing, they showed it to me on purpose. Geto. Huh. What the buck, he said with his mouth full of food. I don't want to admit it, but I'm not doing very well at school. I'm so jealous. No, at first, not wanting to admit it, but an idea comes to mind. See how we sit together, you could help me study. I would say enthusiastically. Futuro. Everything was very delicious, he would say, thanking the food and getting up. Eh? You eat so fast, she said surprised. Hey, that's very little, don't you want a little of my food? I can share if you want. Futuro. The problem is that you asked for too much. Geto, who also finished eating when he saw his friend's face, knew what he would say. Please don't screw up by saying what I think you'll say, I would say to the one scared of how his friend will feel if he says what he thinks he will say. Futuro. You'll get Faith, said without touching his heart. Anger. HMP, she exclaimed offended and with a pout, you are the most insensitive person I have ever met, I am not going to give you anything any more angry. Geto. Now you really screwed up, he would say looking at his friend with shame. Futuro left and meanwhile Geto stayed with the girl. Geto. Forgive him, the thing is that he doesn't know how to talk to people properly, apologizing. How can you be friends with someone like him? Geto. He's a good guy and nice deep down, G laughing softly. By the way, I'm Geto. Geto. Itsuki. I'm Itsuki Nakano, a pleasure to meet you, he said kindly. Geto. And about the studies I can teach you of course if you want. Itsuki. Really? Thanks. He said happily, here is my address so you can come help me. See you. Geto. See you, Itsuki-san. Itsuki, bye, Geto-kun. Geto left, but then he bumped into Futuro, who explained to him that he would be a tutor for a girl and that they paid 5 times more than normal. In class. Geto. And what is his name? I asked curiously. Futuro. I only know that her last name is Nakano. Geto surprised, he would say you are done, my friend. Futuro. Why? Confused. The 2 friends looked in front of them and saw the new student that had been mentioned before and had different reactions. Futuro was surprised and upset, and Geto was almost hitting his head on the table of his desk, laughing his head off, of course in a low voice, so that no one would see him. Itsuki. I'm Itsuki Nakano, nice to meet you, she said introducing herself. Teacher. You can sit behind young Geto. Geto raising hand here. Itsuki became happy when he saw him and was going to his new table, but when he saw Futuro. Futuro. Hella said somewhat tense. Itsuki. HMP turning his head to avoid seeing him. Geto. Hola Itsuki-san. Itsuki. Hello Geto-kun, smiling. Classes would pass and Futuro quickly took Geto to another place to talk. Futuro. Did you know? Geto. Yes, and only you would insult a girl by calling her fat. Futuro. He likes you, can you help me with this? He said upset. Geto Futaro. Please. Begging. Geto. Okay, just because you're my friend. Futaro. Thanks, Tani said happily. Geto. Okay, tomorrow will be see you. Futaro bye. At the break the next day. Cook. 2 meat menus here you have. Futaro. Thank you. They saw Atsuki in the distance and decided to approach to talk, and Futaro imagined a peculiar scene where he was in romantic mode. He approached Atsuki to study and she accepted. Poor idiot V. Atsuki. Sorry, I'm here. Futaro notices. Atsuki. I'm sorry but there's no room here anymore, he said with a smile. Futaro left and when Geto was going to follow him, Atsuki said. Atsuki. Sorry Geto, but there's no more room. Sorry we can't sit together. I would say sorry. Geto. Never mind Atsuki, enjoy your meal. Geto arrived with Futaro and before sitting down. Excuse me, are you leaving? Said a girl similar to Atsuki only that her personality stood out a lot. One of you is interested in Atsuki, right? Futaro. No and I'm not interested. Geto. I think you're confusing things. So it was Atsuki, she said excitedly. Geto ignored me, he said, somewhat surprised that I completely ignored him. What was it that attracted you to her seriousness? I'm going to talk to her, I would say to leave, but before that. Futaro. Taking her wrist weight, staring at her. Don't get involved in this, I'll solve it myself. You are very manly, he said, patting him on the back. Too much to be applied. Ichika. If you have any problems, just talk to older sister Ichika. You seem amused, turning around to leave. Futaro. Older sister. Geto. Did she say older sister? Wait, if the job pays 5 times more than normal, maybe my theory is true, I thought. Geto. Futaro. I don't know what to do. Uesugi-san, Geto-san. Futaro. My first day as a private tutor is today after school. Geto. The food is so delicious and it seems Futaro is still like yesterday. If he doesn't eat it, he won't scream later, said with a chibi Geto looking at his friend's food. Uesugi-san, Geto-san. Geto. How will we make Itsuki talk to Futaro? Uesugi-san, Geto-san. Be Futaro. Millimeters. Leaving aside his thoughts to see who was talking to them. Ahaha, until they turn around the girl laughed. And Futaro. Who are you and who are you? One said in the form of a question and another also, only a little upset. Geto. How do you know our names? That's an excellent question, he said, settling into his chair and asking, did you forget this 100-point test? Or this 0.1? Geto. Where did you get them? I'll tell you. He said that he saw how they fell and that he grabbed them to return them. And that's the story, he would say animatedly. Geto. They are the ones on the right, pointing at the 2 exams. Wow, how sincere. I give you the 3. Gives him the 3. Geto. No thanks, but whose is the 0? I asked confused. At Mio. Futaro. And you were thinking of giving it to us? My first impression of Uesugi-san is that he is very serious and that he only has 1 or no friends, and of Geto-san is that he is the typical bad boy of the school with terrible grades. Geto realizes something. Futaro. I have to go now, I'll be back. And your girl, thanks for returning the exam. Smile wets panties 3000. Why yes, of nothing. She would say blushing. Geto would leave the hallway, but without realizing it he went to a corner of the school and I could notice a strange creature. Geto. With an empty expression she raised her hand in the direction of the beast and was surrounded by a celestial aura, turning the beast into a celestial sphere, a little smaller than her hand, to put it in her mouth and swallow it. Ignore the text. Geto. Curses are the worst, he would say, disgusted by their taste. I better go back. He turns around to leave, but whispers something. He said. I miss you, especially you. Shoko. After classes. You can see the 2 friends, one watching Itsuki who was with some friends and the other watching his friend make a fool of himself. Futaro. Damn, I haven't been able to apologize, I would say, frustrated. Geto. You look like a stalker, he said funny. At that Geto sees a girl approaching. Is your friend having fun? Futaro. Yes, it is my passion. Is your passion spying on high school girls? What means? He said, possibly calling the police. Geto. Okay Geto, get ready, Gabble and Galen. Geto. Sorry if I bothered you, beautiful lady, but it was difficult for us, or at least it was impossible for me, not to delight in so much beauty that you radiate, and I also invite you to look in the mirror at the one I found that I dare say is the 8th wonder of the world. The girl, who by the way was as red as a tomato, turned to where she told her to see that in the mirror she only saw her reflection, making her face almost turn red again. The A super regger GGG, thank you. The girl left with her friends while Geto was saying to himself, I'm sick. Futaro. Is this it? Geto. They are indeed rich, I would say, a little surprised. Before entering a girl would prevent them from entering. Hey, who are you? Are you stalkers? She would say annoyed, if you want something, tell me. Futaro. I'm sorry but they can't help us. Hey, you're not very popular, right? You'd better go home. I'd say it in a way that intimidates Futaro but not Geto. Futaro. Why do I live here? This is my house. Really? Surprised and a little embarrassed. Excuse me. Bree, you're the one who orders a meatless menu, are you on a diet? Futaro would tense up. Geto, that's what you get for lying. At that, Futaro runs off towards the entrance while he hears a "Hey, I already knew it, where are you going? Are you a stalker too?" Geto. Do I look like a stalker? Imagine he's wearing JK's uniform. He has a bad boy face, just my type, she thought, blushing. No. Geto. Let me go for my friend, he said kindly. That why I ask, I don't know XD. I even wonder if he can pass, he has a bad boy face, but a little polite. Kiaa. What are you thinking? Out of thoughts. I would come to grab Geto's arm and for some reason I felt a little jealous. Upon entering he realized that Futaro went up the stairs and not even the elevator. Geto, that idiot, thought with grace. Then he met up with the girls he talked to that day together except Itsuki. For it's Geto-san, surprised. Ichika. Hello, bad boy, seductive tone. Geto. Hello, just said hello and went up to the 30th floor where she saw Futaro all tired and went with him. Geto giving him a sniff. You are, or you pretend you could go up by the elevator. Futaro. Seriously, he said tiredly. But it's the little genius and his friend. He's the stalker. Poor Esagi-san is a stalker. 3. They judged him too quickly. Futaro. And what are they doing here? Itsuki. Obviously they all live here with me. Futaro. So you share an apartment with classmates. Geto. Are you an idiot or did a Teletubby give birth to you? Futaro. Itsuki, I'll explain, we. Geto, it's easy for them. Nitsuki Aru are quintillizes. Futaro. Hello, I'm Futaro Esagi, I'll be your new private teacher and he's Geto. He'll be my assistant. Geto, what? Futaro. Please help me beg. Geto, sigh, it's okay. Futaro, thank you, but now I have a question. Futaro. Why is no one there? For I'm here, do you want water? Futaro. Ah, thank you. Geto. Thanks anyway, drinking water. Futaro. Yutsuba, right. The one from Zero. Yutsuba. Haha, embarrassed. Futaro. What are you doing here? Yutsuba. What do you mean, what am I doing here? I came to study, what else would I come here for? She would say with enthusiasm. Geto. Futaro. Yutsuba, can I hug you? Yutsuba. I have an idea, let's go for the rest. Geto. I completely ignore you, I would say mockingly. Yutsuba. The order of the rooms is towards Itsuki, Yo, Miku, Nino and Ichika. Geto. Well, let's start. Yutsuba. Don't worry, Itsuki is very responsible, it would be very strange if she refused. Itsuki. I refuse, why does it have to be a classmate of mine? Is there no decent teacher in this city? She would say annoyed. Futaro. But the one who asked me for help was you. Itsuki. Well, forget it. Geto. Itsuki, if you want, don't study with him, but I can help you if you like. Protagonist smile. Itsuki blushing, but well, okay, wait for me downstairs. Itsuba. Now we go with Miku, the smartest of all. Miku. No, she said dryly, why is he a classmate? Is there no one in this? You serious? Interrupted. Yutato. I heard that. All three of them go out so they can go with a child, but it gives the same result. Itsuba. There's still Ichika. She's he. Geto. And what does that pause mean? Itsuba. Please don't be surprised. When they opened the door they found a room, if you can call it a room, all dark and a mess. Futaro. Is this a room? Geto. Log of Geto. Date XXXXXXX. We are in unexplored terrain, the terrain seems a bit unstable, fortunately the air is breathable, and there doesn't seem to be any signs of intelligent life anywhere. Ichika. Hey, don't treat my room like a place you've explored. Geto. Yutsuba atras. Itsuba c. Geto pretending to be still in the log. An intelligent or well, almost intelligent life form appears in front of us. Ichika. Pouting. Geto. Friend or enemy? Itsuba. Jijiji behind you playing along, increasing Ichika's pout. Geto. Well, I'll wait for you downstairs, he said since he didn't realize that Futaro left a while ago. When he leaves he meets Miku. Miku. Geto. True? Geto. Yes. Miku. Did you see my sports sweatshirt? Geto. No, why? Miku. I had it, but I can't find it since they are vedstering. Geto. If you think I stole it, it wasn't me, but you did steal something from me. He said seriously. Miku. Hey CK. Geto. My beautiful heart. Miku. Smiles babaka. Geto. And you still want to steal my heart, if you keep doing this you will succeed. Miku blushing brightly. Nino. Hey, do you want cookies? Shouted from below. Geto. Look, there is this one pointing down. Futaro. Well, the 5 are here, now study He sees that almost everyone was distracted, Miku and Nino fighting, Ichika sleeping, Yotsuba saying that she is studying, but in reality she was drawing a flower, but Itsuki was studying with Geto, who was happily eating cookies with Itsuki. Nino. Hey, do you want cookies? Futaro. No thanks. Nino. I have an idea, if you eat one maybe you'll study. Futaro. Okay, starting to eat cookies. Nino, I tell you. We don't need a private teacher. Futaro would get tense about that. Nino. It was a joke, do you want water? Futaro. Willie would say distrustful. Geto realizes SOMETHING, is she going to drug him? Nino bye bye. Futaro ha faints. Geto just went for Futaro, he picked him up like a sack of potatoes and said. Geto. Thanks for everything girls, I'm leaving. Itsuki. Geto-kun wait forgive Nino for. Geto. Don't worry interrupted with a smile thanks, see you later girls. That smile made them all blush, even Nino, and without realizing it, he left. Something is seen flying in the night sky. Geto on top of the curse fine, I'll drop you off at home and go. AC would leave Futaro at his house and then go to his own. Chapter 2. Before starting I want to clarify something in the previous chapter 1 asked who we give as a partner to the fruits, so I decided to give Ichika as a partner, since in quintuplet stories always or the ones I could see or are harems of the 5 or 4 and Yotsuba stays with Futaro, so hate something different, it will be the other way around it is a fic of Geto x Nino x Miku x Yotsuba x Itsuki. Futaro x Ichika, for now it will be like this if you want a Futaro x mini harem ask for it, it stays like this for now, well let's begin. Futaro. Thank you for coming. Yotsuba. Well it's our house he. Miku. I thought you had already given up. Nino. Didn't I tell you we don't need a teacher? Futaro. Well, they'll have to prove it. Geto passes some leaves to Futaro. Nino. Prove it. Futaro. That's right he put some sheets that turn out to be exams whoever passes, neither you nor I will speak. Geto. What? Upset because Futaro didn't tell him about that plan then getting into your plans. Itsuki. It's okay if that way you don't talk to us again, it's fine, but she turns to you you'll keep coming, right? She asked worriedly. Geto don't worry smiling like the protagonist he is I'll keep talking to you. Itsuki was happy that she unconsciously hugged him without realizing that his head was on her breasts and 2 of the 4 sisters who saw that got a little jealous. Nino, okay, separate now, he said. Jealous. They separated, one blushing and the other breathing because he couldn't breathe. Miku. How much is the pass rate? I asked a little jealous of the scene I was watching earlier. Futaro. With 6. Geto. 40 I think will be enough interrupted to Futaro. Itsuki. Okay, but don't underestimate us. The exam started and when it ended. Futaro. Congratulations you got 100. Futaro mente. Among all the stupid pinches. Nino. Run. The 5 of them started running to their rooms. Geto. Okay, sigh this will be difficult. Geto. From the look on your face, I can tell that work is difficult for you, right? Futaro. What are you eating that you can guess? Sarcastic. At that moment, a car that looked luxurious parked in front of them. Geto. Whose car will it be? Futaro. It must be worth $1 million. In that car the 5 quintuplets come out. Itsuki. Good morning Geto-kun smiling. Yotsuba. Good morning Uesugi-san, Geto-san cheerfully as always. Nino. You guys again? Passing by. Ichika. Good morning. Miku. Futaro. He is surprised to see that they ran away wait, look at me, I'm harmless he said, throwing the books on the floor. Nino. You're not fooling us. Miku. You'll want to teach us something when we let our guard down. Geto. They don't even need to know you for a long time to know your tricks he. Futaro. You're not helping. Itsuki. I admit that we have our weaknesses, but we can improve without the need of a teacher. Futaro. In that case I suppose they reviewed the exam. Geto. Their faces will speak for themselves and their faces say no. Futaro. Question 1. Which commander was defeated by Mori Motonari in the Battle of Itsukishima? At that Itsuki turned around and Geto thought he had the answer, but just as his hopes returned, they quickly disappeared when he saw Itsuki. Geto. We are lost. You can see Geto and Futaro walking and the quintuplets too, only about 5 meters away. Geto. Hey Futaro. Futaro. What's wrong? Geto. Pass me the tests Futaro does what is requested and when he reviews it. Geto. Wow look at this Futaro notices what most people get wrong, others do know the answer, each one is good at the subject. To a certain point of course, what I mean is that Miku did know the answer. Futaro. The question is, why didn't he say it? During the break. Futaro and Geto saw Miku and got into a box. Futaro. Hello Miku. Miku turned to look at you and Futaro, are you going to eat? Geto. Not as you think, it only has the food tray as decoration. Futaro. I hate your sarcasm. Geto. And I think your questions are obviously stupid. Geto. I see you have matcha soda, I hope it doesn't have snot in it. Futaro. What? Miku mind. A reference. Surprised. Geto. Hey Miku, about the question from this morning. Itsuba. Geto-san. Ramming him. Geto. Itsuba. Itsuba. Sorry for running away from you guys in the morning. Geto. Okay, and Miku, about the question. Itsuba puts a sheet of paper in front of him. Itsuba. Look at my English homework. I got them all wrong. Geto. I don't think that's something to congratulate. Ichika. Oi Itsuba, no interrumpas. Itsuba. Huh. Did I interrupt? Ichika. So, what were you talking about? Geto. From the morning's question. Ichika. Ah. You only think about the study of romance. Futaro talked about romance in his opinion, and Geto didn't give it importance, but they asked him the same thing, and Miku and Itsuba paid attention to the answer. Geto. Love. Well, this is just my opinion, but there is no worse curse than love. But it is also the most beautiful at the same time. The four were surprised by your answer, and then Itsuba spoke. Itsuba. Well, I'm not sure if I like someone, I would say with a small blush, looking at Geto. And you Miku, do you like someone? Miku just blushed and left. Itsuba, that face. As her sister I know what it means. Ichika. Of course. Itsuba. Ichika. Miku is in love. Geto. Huh. In class. You and Futaro went to their place, but you would see that there was a letter on his desk and realizes that it is from Miku. Miku. Hum to the rooftop after school. I have to tell you something. I can't stand it anymore. Geto. Huh. Is this a mistake? I'd better not get any ideas and wait. In the afternoon on the roof. Geto. Arrived too early. Miku. I see you read my letter. Miku approached Geto to continue talking. Miku. I thought I'd tell you at the cafeteria, but I decided to tell you after. Geto. Miku. It was Sue Harakata. Geto. Just smiling, correct Miku, congratulations. Miku after saying that was leaving, but Geto grabbed her arm, making her drop her phone and saw her wallpaper. Geto. Isn't that Takeda Shinjin's phrase? Miku. Miku. Did you see her? Geto. Yes, sorry, I would say sorry. Miku. Puts her hands on her face. Don't tell anyone, I'm a fan of the commanders of the Sengoku period. Little frog. It all started with a game Itsuba lent me. I became fascinated by the ambition of commanders, so I read a ton of books on the subject. But the others like soap opera actors or models, and I like bearded generals. End of the story. Miku. I'm a weirdo. Your mind, well, if you say it like that, to a certain extent it is strange, but it reminds me of. At that, two people came to mind. They were two female silhouettes, one had short hair down to her neck and was brown-haired with a black uniform, and the other had strong blue hair, her hair reached her back in a ponytail with a white ribbon on her head, and she was wearing a school uniform. Geto, if you're weird. Miku is surprised and became very sad. Geto. You're a weirdo, as you say, you like people from many years ago, and not the things that girls like, it's weird. The more Miku spoke, she began to cry without realizing it. And with each word she said, there were more tears, she was about to run away, but then. Geto, and all that. Make you beautiful. Miku. She was surprised to hear that. Geto. I'm sure I'm not the first to hear your tastes, and you surely suffered a lot before, but despite that you didn't change to fit in, you continued being you, that despite the fact that many people could find you, you continued standing. Many people would have made stupid decisions like changing to fit in, or in the worst case they would have committed suicide, but you moved on. Miku didn't understand, first the hurtful words and then those beautiful words. Without realizing it, her heart started to beat very fast and her face got hot. Geto. Between insults and rejections you still stood. Nino is someone who cares a lot about his appearance, I don't doubt it, and you don't know what I think of you, Miku. Miku nods. Geto, your appearance. I don't care what appearance you have, beauty is in who you are now, you remain yourself and try to improve your weaknesses, all of that makes you beautiful, know yourself, because whoever knows themselves should be proud of their beauty. So. Miku. You are not a freak. You are a unique and beautiful person, never doubt that. Miku, unable to hold it any longer, ran towards Geto, hugging him and crying into his chest, while Geto just stroked her head. After a while Miku stopped crying, and Geto spoke. Geto. By the way Miku, you like history, right? I'm good at history. Miku. Seriously? Excited. Geto. Futaro and I are the smartest. If you join the studies, maybe you can learn more from the commanders. Miku. Are you implying that they know more than me? Miku. Then answer this question approaching Geto. Your mind. When did it move? Miku. Everyone says Nobunaga called Hideyoshi Monkey, but this is false. What was his real nickname? Geto. Uraraka Bald. Miku. Correct. And so time passed, Miku asking questions to Geto and Geto answering all of them correctly. Geto. Well Miku, it's late, it's better to go, but if you want, we can talk with Futaro in the studios and I'll tell Futaro to talk about history, okay? Miku. Well, since you insist. Geto and Miku left the roof and before leaving Miku took a drink from the vending machine that she was about to give to Geto. Miku. This is a sign of our friendship, take it and don't worry, it's not snotty. Geto. Thanks, I hope I don't have the same bad luck as Ishida Mitsunari who drank a Tani Yoshitsugu's tea with snot, or am I wrong? Miku. Heh, you understood smiling. Geto. We'll see you at the study session, okay? Miku. Okay. The next day at the library. Futaro. I wish the others would get their act together like you. Itsuba. I called them, but nothing, although there are only 3 more left, right, Miku? Geto. Power is power. Miku would just pass by Geto going for some books. Miku, Geto, yesterday you put the idea in my head that maybe I can learn too, so. Miku. Accept responsibility. Geto. You leave it to me, okay? Smiling. Itsuba. Whispering to Miku, do you like Geto-san? Miku. Miku just smiled blushing and answered whispering yes. Chapter 3. Futaro. What is this? Open it, damn it, he would say sticking to the electric door of the building. Futaro. Damn, first the quintuplets and now you're the ones who won't let me teach. At that Futaro turned to see the camera and started talking to him and like the good friend that he is. He was dying of laughter seeing his friend like a monkey out of his area in the city and obviously went to put horns on Futaro with his hand. Futaro. Excuse me, I am the tutor of the Nakano family on the 30th floor. My name is Uesugi. The door is broken. Geto. Dude, I'm sorry, I can't take it anymore, he starts to die laughing. Futaro. What are you laughing at? Miku. What are you doing? Futaro. Miku. Geto. Futaro, what you have to do to open the door is dial the apartment number and the girls receive the call, that is, in short, with a card or with a message you can go up. Futaro. And why didn't you tell me? Geto. It's just that you seemed too late doing that, so I decided to enjoy it a little. Miku. What are you doing? And Futaro. Huh. They realized that Miku was already waiting for them and they were still outside. Miku. You came to teach us, right? Smiling. Itsuki. Opening the door, it had to be you. Geto. Hello Itsuki. Itsuki. Hello, Geto-kun. Itsuba. Opening the door to her room, welcome, Geto-san. And you too, Uesugi-san. Futaro. Hello. Geto. Hello. Nino. Opening the door to his room X2, hello. Geto closes the door in front of Futaro and you. Ichika, it has to be there. And Futaro. Seeing Ichika in her bed with only a blanket covering her and Itsuba looking for clothes for her. Itsuba. The white one, right? Futaro. Why are you still lying down? Geto. Leave her alone. Futaro must be sleepy. I'm sleepy too. Geto mente. After all, I have been exercising curses at night, I don't like this since lately many curses appear. When I arrived they were only 4th class curses. Finding a 3rd class was difficult, but recently I found a 2nd class and the 3 classes have already become customary. Something is not right. He would be taken out of his thoughts upon hearing a scream from Itsuba. Itsuba ahhhh. Geto-san is watching us. Shhh. Itsuba, Ito. What are you saying, Geto-san? Itsuba. How do I look? Geto. You look fine, Itsuba. Now if it's not a bother you can hurry up, Futaro is already downstairs. Itsuba hey Ichika, do you think you can give me these clothes? Ichika. It's all yours. Itsuba just watched where he went with a blush. In the room. Itsuba. Okay, we're ready. Miku. Don't forget you promised to teach us Japanese history, Geto. Itsuki. I'll do it alone. Geto. I'll help you, Itsuki, don't worry. Itsuki. Thank you, Geto-kun. Futaro mind. Before it was only Itsuba, but now 4 of the 5 sisters are present. Futaro. Well, let's start. Nino. Are you really still here? I see you still insist on giving us classes. I hope you don't fall asleep like last time. Futaro mind. That was because you drugged me. No, I must be nice. Yes, nice. Futaro. Why don't you join us? Nino. Over my dead body. Geto. Well, let's start the 4 then. Nino. Ah, yes, Yutsuba, they tell me they're looking for a substitute for the basketball club. You're good at sports, aren't you? Yutsuba. And now? Huh? She looks at Geto and he says. Geto. Yutsuba gives him some sheets. See, we know we can't stop you, so at least answer what you can. Yutsuba thanks Geto-san, see you leaving. Futaro. Why did you let her go? Geto. You know very well that we couldn't stop her, at least she took those review sheets. Nino. Didn't you have to go to work at 2 p.m., Ichika? Ichika. Oh no. I forgot. Nino. Itsuki, you should study in a quieter place, like the library. Itsuki, you're right, but… She looks at Geto with a blush and then says, but I'm still like this. Geto told me that he would help me. Nino mente. Ash was no good with her. Nino. Miku, remember that you owe me a soda for the time you drank mine. Miku. I already bought it. I point to a bag on the table, but no, let's start. Geto. Good. Nino. A matcha soda. Hey Miku, huh? Nino realized that his two sisters were very close to Geto, Itsuki on the left, Miku on the right and Geto in the middle, while Futaro tried to help. Nino. Hey. Since when are you three so close? Referring to your sisters and you. Nino. Ah, you like boring boys, isn't that true? Geto. Did he call me boring? Miku. You're very superficial, kid. Geto. That was hurtful too. Nino. Pushing Futaro since Geto was almost behind Miku and Futaro next to Nino. Is there anything wrong with handsome and cute boys? Are you saying that you only care about inner beauty? Miku. Flash black. Geto, your appearance. I don't care what appearance you have, beauty is in who you are now, you reinforce your weaknesses to be the same as before, all of that makes you beautiful. End of Flash black. Flash black x2. Geto. Listen Miku, being beautiful is not being a narcissist, nor someone beautiful on the outside, being beautiful is knowing yourself and strengthening your weaknesses. Miku just listened to Geto with a smile because of Geto's way of thinking. End of Flash black. Miku. What if it were like that? Miku mind. That peculiar way of thinking of yours is what made me fall in love with you, Geto. Nino. Now I understand why you dress so badly, you don't care about appearances. Miku. Do you think those nails look good on you? Geto. Please stop, you are sisters, get along. Futaro. If you stop arguing about her internal or external beauty. Miku. He's right, stop getting in the way. Nino. Stop getting in the way. Geto's stomach would sound. Geto. Sorry, I didn't eat. Nino. How about a competition about your inner beauty, let's see who prepares the most delicious food. Nino. If I win we won't study. Geto. You're not going to accept, right? Miku. I'll finish quickly, now sit down Geto. After cooking. Nino. Tara. A Dutch baby with seasonal vegetables and ham. Miku. Oh amaresu. Nino. You will try to eat it. Futaro had already voted for a tie, because only Geto remained. And a forgotten Itsuki being held by Futaro so that she wouldn't devour the food. Miku. I'd better eat it myself. Nino. Since you went to the trouble of preparing it, at least let me try it, right? Geto. I did Akamasu. He started with an ink one and she thought he had her one, but it's salty, he said a little upset. Nino. What? I'd try a little and notice it's true. Geto was because of Miku's dish that worried her that she wouldn't like it, but Geto when she tried a bite. Flashback. Hey Geto, try my food to see how it is. Geto. It's okay, he tries it, it's not bad. Thanks Geto. Mind. I've worked hard just to be able to cook you something. If I keep learning you would love my food. Geto. I see you asked Kuroi for help, you tried really hard. Raiko. Geed shit cat. F. Then flashback. Geto. Miku wins. Nino. What? Geto. For you, cooking is a simple child's game, but Miku puts a lot of effort into this, that's too much passion with which she did it, and that gives it a good flavor, knowing that she put in the effort, so that whoever tries it will like it is something that gives flavor to the dish. Nino. But. When he turned around he could see Miku's angelic appearance. Nino. I can't stand them. He goes to his room. After Itsuki and Geto finished their food, Geto and Miku were washing the dishes. Geto. I doubt that Nino will ever like us. Miku. That's not true, if you talk to him sincerely he'll surely understand you. Geto. Thanks for the advice, see you, let's go Futaro. Outside the building. Futaro. There is a curse. Geto. What's up? Futaro. I forgot the notebook. Geto. Go, I'll wait for you here. Futaro went up the notebook of course, thanks to Miku who opened the door for him, and Geto knows what he was doing there, waiting until he took too long and asked permission to go up. When he went up he went to her door and knocked until Miku opened it for him. Geto. Hello Miku, where is Futa? I would see that she was in some kind of trial row. Miku. I'll tell you about it. Javi explained the same thing that happened in the anime. Geto. He just came for his dictionary. Looks at the table. In fact, look, there it is, pointing at the table. Besides, Futaro doesn't have the guts to even talk to a woman in a romantic way. Futaro. Hey, don't defend me so much. Nino and Miku started arguing and Itsuki tried to calm the situation. Miku. Be quiet, Itsuki. Nino. Yes, and delete those photos for your own good. Itsuki. TTTN. Crying because he was yelled at. Geto. Hugging her. Pass me the photo, Itsuki. Itsuki. Oh, Sinf, okay, Sinf. Geto. Look here, the books are clearly shown. Futaro was trying to protect Nino from falling on him. Itsuki. It's true. Digi. Already calmer. Ichika. You're right, so case closed. Nino. But. Ichika. Nino just ran off and Geto and Futaro were saying goodbye. At the entrance was Nino who, upon seeing them, wanted to go in, but the door was closed in his face. Geto. Futaro, go, I'll stay. Futaro. Okay, rest. She sat next to Nino who, despite wanting to tell her to leave herself, wouldn't let her. Nino. They're all idiots, I hate them. Geto. To everyone, even your sisters. Nino. There just isn't. Geto. There is no place for Futaro and me in his house. Listen kid, I can't come and tell you that I understand you because no, I don't understand you. I never had brothers, but I know what you're thinking. Nino. So, what am I thinking? Geto. That you are alone, that you are the only one who has not matured and is still in the nest, but if you ask me, all of you left the nest at the same time. You are simply trying to defend your sisters, so I promise you that neither I nor Futaro will touch a hair on your head, and I know that simple words would not convince you, so our actions will show you. In the meantime, relax, I think you deserve it. Nino felt a great burden, taking care of his sisters, and his way of thinking was a strain, but Geto came and took it off. She began to close her eyes, and then Miku arrived. Geto just stopped by to drop her off at her apartment to sleep and said goodbye and left. With you in the dark streets. Geto saw a grade 4 curse, so he just proceeded to do one of the things he hates the most. Having to swallow the curse. Geto, exercise and absorb. I don't need to be there to do this. Nobody knows the taste of curses. It's like wanting to swallow a rag covered in vomit and excrement, but oh well, even though that doesn't change what I would give to see them just once more, at least my dear ones. Chapter 4. Futaro. Today is our day off. I'm going to forget about those quintuplets and study all day. Futaro. I could teach you this formula. This exercise is very good, even Yotsuba can do it. Why am I thinking like a tutor? And more importantly, what are you doing here? Pointing at Geto. Geto. It's just that I have nothing to do and I felt like I would have a good time, and I make it look like you say, I won't think about the quintuplets, and then this, you don't know how much fun it is for me. He. Ding dong. Awesome effects. Futaro. A debt collector. Futaro. If he came for money, he wouldn't have. He sees that the one who knocked is Itsuki and closes the door in her face. Itsuki. Geto. Who is it? Futaro. Jeopardy witnesses, you already know those things. Itsuki. Don't close the door in my face, open it. Open the door to see what he wants. Futaro. What? Itsuki. I came to deliver something to you. Itsuki. My father sent you your pay and an extra one for you, since he already knows you are helping him. Geto just watched as Futaro and Raiha looked at the money, impressed. Geto. Don't worry, there's something inside, it's at least 50,000 yen, and it's in 2 days. Itsuki. Well, I'm leaving. Futaro. I can't accept it. Itsuki Reihin. Futaro. Although I went to his house twice, I haven't been able to show him anything. Geto. Geto. Futaro. Without you most of us wouldn't be in the sessions, I'll give it to you. Geto. I refuse, at least we have to share it, you 25,000 and I the other 25,000. Geto. Hey Raiha. Raiha. Geto. Is there somewhere you want to go? In the arcade. Raiha. Look at how many coins, brothers. Geto. Futaro. And why are you here? Itsuki. I had no choice. He says while remembering how Raiha asked him to go with them. Futaro. Well, you should have told him no. Itsuki. I couldn't refuse those little eyes. Geto. I understand you, so let's enjoy it. You can see you against Itsuki in a disc game, I forgot the name XD, with you winning, then Futaro in the game of whack-a-mole, and a very smiling Raiha, and behind him a happy you for Raiha, and an Itsuki by her side watching you with a blush while smiling. Futaro. He's always had to make sacrifices for his family. I'm sure there are many more things he'd like to do. I want to grant all his wishes. Raiha. Little brothers, Itsuki, let's go in there before we leave, pointing at a camera. Futaro. Moving away subtly but slowly. Geto. Good. In the cabin. Raiha. We look like a family. Itsuki. Blushing because now that she looked at it well, it looked like an old-fashioned family photo with the man next to the seated woman and Raiha sitting on Itsuki's legs. Geto. Raiha, don't say that, you might upset Itsuki. Itsuki. Don't worry, too. Geto. Okay. After some photos. Futaro. What a face you have. Itsuki. Shut up, you left, coward. Raiha. Brother, Itsuki, thank you very much. Hugging the photos, I will take care of them with my life. In the afternoon. Futaro, and there goes my Sunday. No, I still have the night, look at Itsuki, you guys should also take advantage of it to study. Itsuki. Turning around, I have to go. Futaro. Something smells fishy to me, you have homework right? Did you do it? Itsuki. Stop following me. I'd say running from Futaro. Raiha. Brother, there are 4 Itsukas. Futarotan. Itsuba. Geto-san, Uesugi-san. Nino. What are you doing with them, Itsuki? Ichika. Did we interrupt your date? Sorry. Itsuki. Ruborizada no. Itsuba. Are you Uesugi-san's sister? Raiha. See. Itsuba. Let's go see the fireworks. Raiha. Seriously? Futaro. Not so fast, I was already planning to study and you have homework. Raiha. Little brother, can't we? With a tender face. Futaro. Okay, let's go. But first. You'll have to. Do. All. Your homework. Nino. Why? Nino. The fires are going to start without us. Nino. We're finally done. Futaro. Why are you so excited? Geto. Maybe it's something important. Futaro. Well, at least they did their homework for a change. Geto, if they see you very happy, don't blame them for wanting to enjoy this festival aid. Dando realizes something. Your mind. This cursed energy, who is it? Geto. I'll be right back, I have to go. He runs away, being seen by Miku and Nino. Small clarification, although Geto is strong, I forgot some clarifications I will say later. Well, first, Megumi's Shikigamis will be curses, since Geto's power in my story could clearly copy the Shikigamis of the 10 shadows and has a percentage of Rika's cursed power, exactly 10 to 20. This is in order to make Geto powerful, and the Shikigamis and Rika being a copy are not as strong as the originals, but that does not take away how strong they are. You will see why I do it. For now, that is all. Geto went on a flying curse and went to the forest, and when he landed he found a curse, but his surprise would be great when he saw what curse it was. Geto. A special grade curse. Well, I can handle that, it's still worrying, but oh well. At that, Geto took out a curse, and from the curse he took out some chacos of 3 sticks. Imagine him as a young man wearing a JJK uniform. Geto. Impima. I will try to narrate the battle. The curse launched an attack of pure energy towards you, who not only dodged it, but also at great speed hit you with his weapon, sending you flying a few meters to the right. The curse launched some small, but fast rays, and you with the chacos repelled them, and dangerously got close to the curse to give you some good hits. The curse launched another energy attack that hit you, and leaving a smoke screen. The curse thought it had already won, but in that. Geto. Is that all you have? From 012 to 023. The curse was wounded by that barrage of attacks, and without realizing it, something grabbed it from behind. Geto took advantage of that opportunity to end this, and with a strong blow decapitated him. Geto. Well, that was a bit entertaining. I have to go back to the others, he said, to invoke the worm curse from a while ago that saved the chacos, and invoke a flying curse and go back to the city. In the city. It would be the same as the anime, only that Geto went for Ichika. Geto. You're finally out. Ichika. Geto. And Futaro. Geto. He's waiting for us, he's already told me everything, so his permission took me to Ichika. Manager. Okay, bye Ichika, you did well. Ichika. Thanks, let's go Geto. You and Ichika left and arrived where the other 4 were with a sleeping Raiha. Geto, as soon as he arrived, he went with Futaro. He saw how the quintuplets began to take the small fireworks. Nino. Wow, it seems that all 4 of us want the same thing. Itsuki. Keep it yourselves. Itsuba. Not just one can keep it. Miku. And if we shared? The 3. What a good idea. Miku approached Geto to ask him something. Miku. Hey, where were you? You worried me. Geto. Don't worry Miku, I'm fine, and you have nice hair. Miku. Thanks Geto, smiling, blushing. Geto just saw how Ichika approached Futaro and laid him on her lap, saying something to him. A while later everyone had to leave, but Geto thought on the way. Geto. Before the common thing was curses from 4 to 3 class, now even a special class 1 appeared. This I don't like, but oh well. Since entering with Futaro to Futaro's house, since Geto stayed at Raiha's request lying on the floor on a futon. Well, good night guys. Futaro Raiha. Good night little brother. Chapter 5. Ichika. Hello, how are you both? Ichika greets Futaro and Geto, who approached her seeing that she had a cappuccino from Starbucks XD. Futaro. Hello, he said dryly. Ichika. They won't say anything about my winter uniform? Geto. It suits you well, Ichika. Futaro. What do you want so hard? Annoyed. Ichika. Thanks you, and I wanted to go with you to school. Futaro. You're too bold, better not. Ichika. What do you think? Yesterday I told my sisters about my job and they couldn't believe it. Futaro. I believe you. Geto. You're relieved, aren't you, Ichika? Ichika. Yes, it's quite a relief. Smiling, and you and Futaro smiled quietly. Teacher. Exams will start next week, and as a warning, any exam with less than 30 points will be failed. Keep studying. Geto. There is still a lot to do. Tired whisper. You can see Geto with a small sphere and then swallow it with a face of disgust. Geto. No matter where I am. In my world, or in this one. I keep consuming curses. Geto. But. This is no longer for the weak. I do this and endure it for them. In the library. Geto. That's what you get for saying your stupid things, he said, seeing Futaro with a hand marked on his cheek as a sign of a slap. Ichika. Ha 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 ha, that was a good hit. Miku. Are you okay? Futaro. Forget it. Itsuba. Geto-san, Uesugi-san, don't you notice anything different about me? Futaro. I guess you already know about the midterms. Ignoring her. Itsuba. Me ignore. Futaro, look. Itsuba. Hint. It's something on my neck. Futaro. If they don't improve considerably, fail informing him X2. Geto. Poor Itsuba, thought the one with the emo face. Itsuba. Terran. My ribbon has a new design. I heard X were in style. Gets grabbed by the ribbon by Futaro. Futaro. Your exam is full of them, congratulations, showing all his answers with an X. Itsuba. Hooray, I'm in fashion. She said happily. Ichika. Ha 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 ha. Futaro. Ichika, don't laugh, he said, while next to him was a Geto Chibi playing with Itsuba's ribbon, and she smiled with her eyes closed. At least Itsuba tries. There's 1 week left for the midterms, let's prepare with everything. Ichika. Futaro. What did you expect? So don't just study Japanese history, Miku. What? He saw that Miku wasn't studying history but. Futaro. You're studying English, which is your worst subject. Why? But his answer came immediately when he saw the following. Geto. Keep it up, Miku, good job. Stressing her head and blushing, Miku, who studies faster. Futaro. Ah, I understand now. Itsuba. Okay girls, we passed. Ichika. Yes. Raising her fist, I ate Itsuba and your chibi. Silence. The two. Okay. In the afternoon at the exit. Itsuba. I'm exhausted. Miku. I'm dying to get home. Ichika turns to see Futaro alone and wondered. Ichika. Why, Geto? You were seen on your way to the quintuplets house, but before that you deviated due to curses that you had to exorcise. Geto. This is already worrying. I dare say that their appearances are no longer normal, not even in my other world did I run into them so often. Could it be that someone from my world managed to connect with this one? Nah, I don't think so. I would have at least felt their cursed energy, and even if that were the case, it must have been a special category witcher curse who found out that I am no longer here after all. Geto, the 2 most powerful sorcerers left, one for mysterious reasons, that is, me and Satoru. Who was killed by Toji. In the quintuplets building. You see Geto, Miku, Ichika, Itsuba and Futaro playing. Itsuba. Geto-san, I got married, Uesugi-san give me my reward. Future. Go, okay, gives him play money. Itsuba. Thank you. Geto. It's my turn and I hope it's the 38th. Futaro. Even in a game I'm poor. Ichika. 38. But aren't you supposed to marry the closest one there, that is, Miku? In a mocking tone, making Miku blush. Geto. But it gives me a double prize reward. Miku blushed more and began to think, I barely realize the favoritism I have with Miku, although. I think it's because she resembles you to a certain extent. Shoko, I fell at 38, causing Miku to faint. Ichika was making fun of it and Itsuba was pouting because she felt jealousy. Futaro. It's not the time to play. Break's over. Ichika. But we've already studied enough. Itsuba. My head is going to explode with her bar facing down. Miku. It's not good to pressure Themis. Miku blushed again after regaining consciousness and Geto smiled. Futaro, that's true, but. Ichika. I notice you're more tense than usual. Are we that bad? Futaro. It's not that, you see. Nino. Ah, but you're just playing. I'll join you, you switch with me pointing at the fruit. Are you poor even at the game? Geto just laughed his ass off at that and Futaro dragged him to the kitchen to talk seriously about something. Geto. What's up, I've also noticed you're tense. Futaro, you see. He tells him all the problems he has with Itsuki, that's all. Geto. Let me see if I understood, Mr. Nakano spoke to you first, and because you were nervous you called him Mr. Dad. Futaro nods, then he tells you that he will fire you, and that I will be denied entry by coming with you. Nods again, and instead of making passes with Itsuki, you decide to yell all that at him. Nods but with a depressive aura, I don't know how but fix this, but they can't find out because if they do it is unknown what they can do. Futaro. You're right, Nino is the greatest danger, if he finds out he won't hesitate to take advantage of the opportunity. Nino. Pushing Futaro. Hey, your sessions are over, get out of here. Nino. Go away. Ichika. Stop right there, Futaro, did you forget your promise? Futaro. Child. Huh? Ichika. You promised to spend the night here to teach us, have you forgotten? Geto. Getting Ichika's idea. It's true, I forgot. He's scratching the back of his neck. Futaro. It's huge seeing the tub where he was bathing, but why did Ichika help us? At least I see a light of hope. Itsuki. Uesugi-kun, I'm Itsuki. Ichika told me you wanted to talk to me. What is it? From the door side. Futaro. Me? I didn't tell him anything. Itsuki. I understand, well I'm leaving. Futaro. Just kidding, thanks for coming. Itsuki. Well. Futaro. Sorry. From what I told you yesterday, you just caught me at a bad time, please let me teach you. Itsuki. What happened? Futaro. If any of you fail, I'll be fired and you'll have to stop coming. Itsuki. Huh? You're not coming anymore. Futaro. No, you know. Itsuki. I understand opening the door. Futaro. Why are you opening the door, Itsuki? Covers. Itsuki. You've already seen me naked so we're even. Futaro got really scared at that moment. I just came to find out why Itsuki and you were acting weird and I found out that if we fail, you'll get fired. I came looking for copper and found gold. In the room. Itsuba. What do you mean Uesugi-san took too long to take the bath? Ichika. I'm sure he's enjoying every second he spends in some maid's tub, although I didn't think it would take long for you too. Miku, bath. Blushing. Ichika. Do you want to go with you? Miku. Just shook her head in denial, although unconsciously she was about to say yes. Ichika. Take advantage and seduce him now that he's here. Miku. I don't know what you're talking about. Itsuba. Oh, Uesugi-san, Geto-san seeing the two of them just with an irritated and angry look and Futaro with a bump since he told her what happened when she was bathing. Geto. Sorry for the delay, let's continue. Futaro and Geto realized that Nino was there with a look that was neither very mocking nor very tender. Futaro. Why don't you join us, kid? Nino. No thanks. Geto. This is getting ugly, since Nino benefits from Futaro being fired, he won't even bother to pick up the pencil and will do everything possible to make one fail. Ichika. Geto-sensei, explain this to me. Geto sat next to Miku. Let's squeeze a little. Pushing Miku to you, Miku said she needed help too. Miku. Ichika. Geto. Ah, I still remember everything, as if it were yesterday, how I was able to avoid Raiko's death, and how I became the most powerful sorcerer, and also how Raiko and Shoko declared their love to me. I wish you had seen it. Satoru. His thoughts were interrupted by Miku who asked. Miku, I'd like to know. What kind of girls you like so? Futuroitsuba Chikanino. Eh? Geto. Ah. What does that have to do with anything? Itsuba. Here. I want to know too. Futaro. I've already had a lightbulb moment. Listen, for each page you finish Geto will tell you something he looks for in a woman. Miku and Yotsuba began to write with a speed that left Flash dumbfounded, and even Nino answered some questions from his book. God knows where he got it from, even Nino. Itsuba. Finished. Geto. Well, let's see. Remembers Raiko's attitude, let it be fun and even somewhat energetic. Itsuba would just blush and Miku and Nino. They felt jealous. Miku. I leave. Geto. Well remember Shoko, you can have short hair, it doesn't have to be very short or long. Miku saw the hair and saw that it was neither very long nor very short and she blushed and Nino and Yotsuba felt jealous. Ichika. Dates. Geto. Let's see what else. Remembers that Raiko had many friends and how social she was. She could be social, since I don't like her to be stuck to me. 247, that she has friends to live with if I can't. Geto. Well, how are they all? He was interrupted. Nino. Wait, I'll finish 2 pages so he can speak. Showing 2 pages and surprising those present. Futaro. You didn't say you wouldn't study. Nino. You shut up and you answer. Geto, let's see. I know that she is a good cook and that she is kind and affectionate with me, smiling and blushing at the three except Ichika, who had a mocking smile seeing her sisters like that. Miku, I'm not sociable, but if I have hair, I'm also kind and I can be affectionate with it, although the food thing will be a problem. Itsuba. I'm not very sociable, but I am a little bit good at just cooking and I think that's all I have. Maybe I should learn to cook with determined eyes just like Miku. Nino. I am very sociable, I know how to cook, I can be kind and affectionate, I am most of your description, blushing. Ichika. Hey Geto, Miku finished her homework, congratulate her. Geto. You're right, stroking her head, that's how it's done. Miku blushed and Yotsuba pouted, to which Geto understood and also stroked her head, caressing the two of them, making them blush. Itsuki. They are very noisy, approaches Miku. Can I borrow your headphones? Miku. Of course, what do you want them for? Itsuki. I want to concentrate. Itsuki left and I just watched Futaro and Ichika interact. Geto. Go for it, I whisper mockingly. Miku. Did you say something? Geto. No, I didn't say anything, smiling. On the second floor. Miku. Well, use my bed, closing the door and leaving you in your room. Geto, laying down it soft. I would like at least to see you and say goodbye to you, Shoko and Raiko, but above all I would have loved for you to be here. I know you would have a good time, you would be like a child at a fair, or am I wrong? Satoru. Ichika. What's going on? Sleepy. Miku. I'm going to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom, where Futaro was on the sofa, and when she came back she was sleepy, and went to the wrong room, and when she entered she saw Miku a little disheveled, and with a button of her blue pajama unbuttoned showing her chest, and she approached the bed, where her now platonic love was there. Geto. The next morning. Miku is seen sleeping hugging what seemed to be a large stuffed animal, but it was so that for the first time he looked blushed because 1. How Miku had it, and 2. Why her breasts were a little exposed. Geto. I'll pretend it didn't happen and go back to sleep again, but this time hugging Miku. Chapter 6. Itsuki. It's not normal to see them awake so cold, that's strange. Ichika. Even so, I was the last one to get up. Nino, Ichika and Itsuki are seen talking while having breakfast. Ichika. Miku slept with me, but I didn't realize what time she got up. Nino. And the first thing Yotsuba did in the morning was go out to look for Miku. Nino said as he remembered Yotsuba comically running looking for Miku. Itsuki. And Futaro and Geto. Ichika. Futaro went with Yotsuba and you don't know. Nino. He must still be sleeping. I can't believe it. They really spent the night here. Well, this is all temporary. She said with a smile that made Itsuki look at her with suspicion. Ichika. You should reconsider studying with us, kid. It's quite fun, believe me. Nino. I'd rather die. Itsuki, please don't let yourself be manipulated. Ichika. You should be a little more honest. Seeing Itsuki with a smile while she had a slightly sad face. Itsuki. The truth is that we can't get along, we also argued the other day, and anything that makes me feel uncomfortable is even the smallest thing. I would say to remember the argument I had with Futaro. Itsuki. I can't be like you or Miku even if I try. Ichika just had an idea and got up to go with Itsuki. Ichika. If you can, Itsuki. Itsuki. Huh. What are you doing? Ichika. If I arrange your hair a little like this, ready, I'll introduce you to a Miku. He said to see how Itsuki had bangs that almost covered his left eye. Itsuki. What are you doing? I'm serious. I would say slightly annoyed. Ichika. Sorry, it was a quintuplet joke. Nino. Ichika. Said Nino getting up from his place to say. Nino. You parted your hair wrong. The join Ichika hairstyle to Itsuki. Ichika. Since Miku isn't here, let's see if we can trick him with this. Nini. Ha. Really? Itsuki. Hey. Nino. Now calm down, it's impossible for me to differentiate you with this change we made, don't you think? Geto is seen waking up again to see a Miku sleeping comfortably with him. Geto. How are the others? I miss everyone, except those old people, no one would miss them. Remembering the high command. Geto. I better go before there is a misunderstanding. He got out of bed and when he opened the door he found Miku. Geto. What are you doing dressed as Miku, Itsuki? Itsuki. You recognized me, heh. He said with a smile along with a blush, but Geto heard Miku make a noise which made him nervous. Itsuki. Geto. I have to change now under. Closing the door in front of Itsuki who just pouted and went to her room. Geto. Phew, I almost didn't tell it, if they see Miku here I don't want to know what they would do to me. Geto thought as he left the room again. Ichika. Geto, you don't know where Miku went. I asked from the first floor. Geto, Edo. Maybe to the library. Geto, Ichika, Futaro and Yotsuba are seen in the library. Yotsuba. I don't see her, where is Miku? Futaro. Is it right? Thinking about it irritates me, anyway. Remembering the discussion with Itsuki and the talk he had with Ichika. Geto. Are you okay? Futaro. Hey, let's say one of you guys doesn't get enough grades to get into college, what would you girls do? Itsuba. In my case, I'd have to repeat the entire year. Although, to be honest, I'm the only one with the highest chance of failing the entire year, but. Seeing Futaro and Geto but more Geto. Itsuba. As long as you're here I won't have to worry. Geto smiled while Futaro continued thinking, but Ichika had an idea of what was happening and said. Ichika. Hey guys, I forgot my pencil case. Itsuba. Don't worry Ichika, I have many feathers. Showing feathers on his fists as if they were claws. Ichika. We'll go ahead first. Do you think you could grab my things, please? Geto. Okay, let's go Futaro. Geto said that if I get Ichika's idea. Now we see Geto and Futaro entering the quintuplets building, and when entering Geto almost trips over Miku. Miku? Why weren't you in the library? Miku said nervously as she took a few steps back. Geto. Ichika, he forgot some things and asked us to bring them to him, go ahead, we'll catch up with you later. I pass by Miku next to Futaro, and she turns her head and leaves. Miku. Geto. Hey. Miku, about what? I'll move on tonight. He said playing with his fingers while having a blush on his face. Geto. Tonight. Of course, thanks for showing me your room and of course. Geto approached Miku's ear and whispered to her. Geto. I slept very well, you are very comfortable, we have to repeat that, okay? Miku just blushed but nodded. Miku. See you at the library. He said as he ran away with smoke coming out of his head. Now we see Geto behind the door of the Nakano apartment watching how Itsuki was asleep and Futaro woke her up. Geto. What are you planning Futaro? You understood why he wanted to go in alone, because you saw how Futaro mistook Itsuki for Miku and Itsuki went along with it and Futaro started helping him with his studies and indirectly they apologized. Geto. Well, to be some terrible hints, at least they fixed their problems. There came a moment when Itsuki saw Geto behind the door, he just gave him a smile that if you saw it, it implied something that only Itsuki understood. Geto. You've tried really hard, I'm very proud of you, Itsuki. Itsuki for some reason understood what Geto thought and blushed, but gave a beautiful smile and continued studying with Futaro being watched by Nino from the second floor, so that the scene changes showing some exams with a score of 100 points. Itsuki. What a surprise, I got 100 in everything. Futaro. Oh. Ichika. We also got 100. Ichika said next to Yotsuba and Miku with also 100-point exams. Futaro. Ha. He said, but with a happy smile. Nino. Ha, well I must admit you are a good tutor. Showing her exams with the same result as her sisters. Geto. You did well. Now you can see how Futaro was carried and thrown into the air in celebration while he smiled. Futaro. It's like a dream huh? But he realized that yes, it was a dream and he saw you with a glass of milk looking at him with a face that wanted to laugh because he already knew he was dreaming. Futaro. Don't make fun of it, it's not funny. Geto. For me yes this week they have tried very hard. They remembered how they had to spend the night at Nakano's house for the second time and seeing how they fell asleep in the living room from studying so much and then Itsuki got up. Itsuki. Apparently they got up early. Futaro. Hey Itsuki, just to be safe, classes start at 8:30 am, right? Itsuki. Yes, that's right and the exams are at 8:45. Geto. Tell me that watch is broken. Pointing at the clock, Itsuki then freaked out to see everyone running to school. Geto. I'm very slow, run. Yotsuba. They're going to be left behind, quickly. They said Geto and Yotsuba since they were the ones in the best physical condition. And the girls and Futaro were left behind. Futaro. Hey, aren't you taking them in a car? Miku, yes Abata is the dad secretary. I would say between cuts because of how agitated I was. Ichika. He would have taken us if dad was home. Futaro. I understand. But they were distracted along the way, Nino wanting to put on makeup, Miku helping an old lady, Ichika falling asleep standing up and Itsuki not wanting to continue because he was hungry. In the end they arrived late by 3 minutes, implying that it is 8:33. Geto. Something occurred to me. Geto discreetly took out some green ribbons from a small shadow. Miku is seen in front of the inspector who is guarding the door. Miku. Good morning, Inspector. Showing Miku with a ribbon that for those who couldn't differentiate them, confused her with Yotsuba. Inspector. Hey, you're late. Miku. Hey, but don't you recognize this ribbon? Inspector. I remember seeing him recently. Miku. That's because I had to go out and help a teacher. Inspector. I see, you can come in. Miku. Thank you. And in the end the same thing happened with Ichika, Nino and Itsuki. Ichika. Good morning, Inspector. Greeting him and letting her pass. Nino. Ah, good morning, Inspector. Itsuki. Good morning, Inspector. But now I would see Geto and Futaro with a ribbon. Futaro. Good morning, Inspector. They were about to enter, but the inspector caught them. Inspector. Apart from being late, are you planning to do any clowning around? Futaro. Yes, sir. They took Futaro and Geto, while the quintuplets stayed to take the exams. The quintuplets and Futaro could be seen in the library. Miku. Where is Geto? Futaro. I don't really know, he just told me that he couldn't see the grades with us for very important reasons. Itsuba. I wish Geto-san was here to see. It was requested to see Geto in the forest so that he could see in front of him a special grade curse. Geto. And who the hell are you? Haha, I think it would be good for you to know the name of the curse that will kill you. I'm Jogo. He said a curse known as Jogo who had only one eye and a small volcano on his head. Geto. I see, you will be useful to me. Jogo. Hahaha, you don't know who you're messing with, idiot. Geto. I just know that you're going to tell me what I want. Jogo just got angry and started a fight between the curse and the sorcerer, both of special grade. Jogo only limited himself to creating medium volcanoes that neither could reach Geto, and this demonstrating why he is of special grade. He only fought hand to hand without a weapon, humiliating Jogo who angrily would say. Jogo. I refuse to lose to a stupid useless wizard. He joined his hands, and you already had an idea of his next move. Geto. So you'll do that, well I can do it too. Geto took out a ring and put it on his left hand, he closed his left fist while opening his right hand and putting his fingers together to put it in front of his left hand. Jogan, domain expansion. Aim. Iron Mountain Coffin. Jogo's domain was seen to be like inside a lava mountain, and Geto just started to remember Raiko and Shoko and started to think while little by little his domain appeared. Geto. You know, I still remember how I met Raiko, Satoru, and I thought the mission would be easy, and the price of our arrogance was Satoru's life, thanks to you Shoko I moved on. No rather, we moved forward, when I decided to take the position of the strongest sorcerer I promised myself this time to protect them, as Satoru would have liked to see them, safe, I always trained to be even better than yesterday, and I didn't like the way I got Rika very much, the Rika Orimoto special grade curse, apart from having an unlimited cursed energy source, gives me the ability to imitate other rituals without many restrictions. When I created my domain it was very special because it was the day we became a couple and the name I gave it is based on what I feel for you. Satoru would laugh at me because of how cheesy the name is I know, but the name is what I feel for you and that is. Chapter 7. Jogan. Domain expansion. Aim. Iron Mountain Coffin. Geto. Mutual and true love. Jogo. Damn, this damn sorcerer's domain expansion surpassed mine, I'll use domain deployment so at least I won't be affected as much by the sure strike effect. Geto realized that Jogo used the domain display, which was like a weak barrier against the sure hit of a domain, so he quickly grabbed a katana and hit Jogo. Geto. Icebreaker. Jogo didn't know how until he understood that it was Rika's fault which gave Geto the ability to imitate other rituals, but he saw how the katana vanished into smoke. Jogo. I understand that Rika Orimoto or the Queen of Curses gives her the ritual mimicry technique, but how? TSK I have to finish quickly. Geto's mutual true love allows him to select a store technique he has copied in the past and turn it into his domain's sure strike. Each of the katanas in Geto's domain has a stored technique within it, however they are randomly distributed and not even he would know what technique he has until he holds it in his hands, it will vanish and there is no limit to the number of katanas he can use. When another fight was about to begin the domains collapsed and returning to reality. Geto. He, try to dodge this. He took advantage of his distraction to attack Jogo and seemed to have caught him, but he realized something. Geto. The wretch ran away. Maybe he knew he didn't have much chance of winning and most likely he retreated, but what was his intention? To see how strong I was? To understand my ritual technique? Whatever. Her thoughts were interrupted by her phone and she saw a message from Futaro telling her that the girls didn't pass, but that they only had one more chance to pass. Geto. Who would have thought, the one who wanted us fired was the one who helped us stay in the job, although something tells me that those damn curses will continue to appear. Maybe I should follow the idea I had a while ago. Itsuba. What is this? Miku. Crickets. Itsuba. Well, they look like stones. I would say to see how Yotsuba watched Miku's food with Geto and Futaro next to her. Miku. I know they taste good, please try them. Yotsuba. Yes, that's fine. Geto. Can you eat that? Futaro. I don't know, let's see. Geto. Yotsuba prepares an antidote for the poison just in case. Then Geto saw Miku pouting. Geto. What? Miku. Baka. All three tried them. Futaro. They're good. Yotsuba. Oh, they're not that good. Futaro. Yotsuba, the thing is that you are very picky about food. Yotsuba. It's not true, you have bad taste. Geto. It's your poor palate. Futaro. Hey. Well, let's keep reviewing. Geto. I think the same. Miku. Wait. They saw how Miku had a blue aura next to a pot. Miku. I will continue preparing them until they are perfect. Geto. Well, what could go wrong? Futaro and Geto are seen on the floor with a pillow holding their stomachs. Geto. So you can ask. Yotsuba. Does your stomach still hurt? Miku already went for medicine, hold on just a little longer. Futaro. Jay just studying a little. Geto. I didn't think he would give us until we couldn't take it anymore. Yotsuba. I can't take it anymore either. Futaro. And all because you kept complaining, I did like them, you just had to lie to them, Yotsuba. Yotsuba. I couldn't do it, Miku would notice my lies. Geto. And why didn't you tell him that at least you like the taste? Yotsuba. What did I like? You're right, I'll do that next time. Geto. Next. There is no. Then you see how Nino stood in front of Futaro and Itsuki followed behind her. Nino. What's going on? Did you come here to rest and take a nap? Or is there someone here who tried to drug you? He said obviously in a mocking way. Nino. Well, I couldn't care less, let's go Itsuki. Geto. Yotsuba. Yotsuba. Tell me, do you need anything? Futaro. Those two must be studying, can you stop them? Yotsuba. And how do I do it? Geto. Lie if necessary. Yotsuba. I will captain, wait girls, wait. I point to Geto. Yotsuba. As you can see, Geto suffers from a very dangerous disease. He needs us to take care of him. Itsuki. Huh? A disease. Nino didn't believe it, but Itsuki did. Futaro. Yotsuba, you are a terrible liar. Itsuki. Let's take him to the hospital. Yotsuba. No, I don't think I can go. Itsuki. Huh? Yotsuba was just nervous and said the first thing that came to mind. Yotsuba. If he moves, you will die. Geto. Does that disease exist? Nino. What stupidity, let's go Itsuki. Itsuki. Futaro, to make it believable, grabbed a bottle of ketchup and pretended it was blood. Futaro. It can't be, I almost moved and left myself like that. He said with fake blood. Itsuki. Huh? Then don't move for anything in the world, Geto. Itsuki was direct with you, leaving Futaro blank. Yotsuba. Nino, if you want, you can eat those crickets. Nino. That doesn't look edible. Yotsuba, well then. I know. You're a good cook, aren't you? You should make them some rice. Geto. He doesn't remember that we're sick from overeating. Nino. Okay, I think I can do that. I accept, surrendered. Futaro. And now why so kind? Nino. Hey Geto, is it okay if I put some egg in it? Geto. Yes, thank you. Futaro. Ah, it was because he would do it to you, maybe he would save me. Itsuki. Sorry Geto, when I saw you lying down I thought you were just resting, I didn't think you were that bad, is there anything I can do for you? I ask a little sadly about Geto's supposed state of health. Yotsuba. I know, what you can do is hold her hand. Remember when mom did that when we were sick? She said it was a spell that helped us heal. Geto. They talk about a healing spell when in front of them they have a sorcerer who uses the reverse curse technique, Futaro. At least they're still here, but now what? Nino. The rice is ready. Said Nino, but he slipped on the ketchup bottle and the rice flew out. Futaro. Wow, brown rice and every single grain is shining. I use really good rice. Geto. That looks delicious. But I'll fall on both of them. Futaro will be in your face and you, well. Geto. Yes, Geto dropped rice down there and ran to the bathroom while Futaro complained that the rice was burning his face. Futaro. Now we meet again, the three of us, we meet like before the exams. Yotsuba. Do you think so? Didn't they notice? This time Nino didn't try to kick you out of the house like before. Geto. It was probably a coincidence. Yotsuba. Not only have Itsuki and Nino changed, I've also noticed the changes in Ichika and Miku, I'm the only one who still hasn't matured and I did very badly in the exams haha. He said laughing at the end. Geto. That's not true, Itsuba, you were the first to change, it was good luck that one of you was sincere and honest, although maybe I'm giving you too much credit because look where Futaro and I are, because you don't know how to lie. Itsuba. You still don't know why I'm always supporting you? Do you want to know? Geto. What are you talking about? Didn't you want to improve your grades? Itsuba. It's not because of that. He noticed that Itsuba got on her knees and grabbed his head and stared at him. Itsuba. It's because I like you. At that moment Geto froze because his student had confessed to him and she looked directly into his eyes and Geto felt a burning sensation in his cheeks. Geto. What? Itsuba. How silly, yes. You fell for it, you believed it, even I can lie you see. He just sat on the floor watching Itsuba leave. Geto. They are all the same. Futaro. They forgot about me. And so Geto's heart hardened a little. Itsuba is then seen running to the library. Itsuba. Camp. 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 Uesugi-san, school camp is coming up. Futaro. Itsuba. Itsuba. Ah. Futaro. It's me. He said taking off his mask and wig. Itsuba. There it is Uesugi-san. She said calmer, but Futaro put his mask back on. Itsuba. Who are you? Futaro just took off his mask again. Futaro. That's me. Itsuba. Ah, it was you. She said calmer again and put her mask back on. Itsuba. Who are you? Futaro. I'm telling you it's me. He said without the mask. Itsuba. Who are you? He put his mask back on. Itsuba. Geto-san. Help. Futaro got hit by a sape from behind. Geto. You scare her, idiot. He said as Itsuba ran to hide behind Geto. Geto. What happens is that he is going to use them in the test of courage. Sitting next to Miku who accompanied them. Futaro. It's not because of gusto, my class put me in charge of the courage test while I was focused on my lessons. Itsuba. Poor you. Miku. Sleeping shrimp. Geto. It's carried away by the current. Futaro. I will get revenge by scaring them like never before. You'll see. Miku. She seems to enjoy it. Itsuba. Hey, my classmates told me something, did you know that there is a legend about school camp? They say that the couples who dance by the bonfire on the last day of camp, no matter what happens, will be destined to stay together for life. Futaro. It's a very unrealistic legend. Geto. And very silly indeed. Miku nodded and Itsuba stood up from the table. Itsuba. Hey, you're bitter. Think about it, it's a bonfire with a legend about destiny. Don't you think it's the most romantic thing in the world? Futaro. No. Hello. Futaro. Ichika, it's late. Ichika. What are you doing with that? Futaro. It doesn't matter, we'll study math. Ichika. Sorry, I'll have a shoot soon, so I figured it would be better to let everyone know in advance, let's exchange emails. Geto. For my own good. Itsuba. If it must be done. Geto and Futaro exchanged emails and Ichika left and Itsuba helped her teacher with a favor. Futaro received a message and Geto managed to see it. Geto. Who would have thought, Futaro being a heartthrob? Futaro. Shut up Geto. They both whispered. Geto. Well, how about we all exchange emails? Miku. Having Geto in my contact take mine Geto. He said without thinking twice, Futaro left with Itsuba because he saw Nino and Itsuki and went to ask for his mail and Geto went to the roof to think. Geto. I don't like this. Before they were weak curses and there was the possibility that the curses were from this world but. Remembering Jogo. Geto. That curse knew me because I knew I was a sorcerer and I highly doubt that sorcerers exist in this world. I came to the conclusion that they come from where I come from and probably the curses that have appeared are my fault because I remember that they said that the world of sorcery was normal until Satoru was born, the imbalance the scale that put order and he was the reason that the special grade curses are more powerful. If I'm right, when I arrived I unbalanced the scales and now like Satoru the curses have become stronger. When I arrived, the cursed energy of people was filtered, but it was not enough to create the curses, but my presence in some way or another affected the balance of the world or well, in Japan, since I don't know if the same thing happens outside the country. Ah, how annoying this is and stressful to be the only sorcerer in the world, although my idea, but I don't know if I can, no I want to put them in this stupid and cruel world of wizardry, but. If something happens to me, if of the few probabilities that something happens to me and the curses continue attacking, they won't even have a way to protect themselves. They have cursed energy of a normal human, but not enough for this. Remember Toji. Geto. Well, not having damn energy didn't stop him either. I know. Geto just had an idea, and that's how the day ended, and now you see Nino in super pajamas and Miku in her blue pajamas, Gyudro on his knees in a sorry sign and a Geto watching the scene. Nino. I can't believe it, how disrespectful that a boy enters a girl's room like that. Miku. I was the one who gave him permission. Nino. Well, who do you think you are to do that? Gyudro. Nino, I apologize. I only came so you could return my notebook. Nino. Millimeters, I see you're being sincere, but tell me, are you hiding something here? Gyudro. I don't know what Nino would be capable of if he saw that photo. Ichika. Good morning Gyudro, you too Geto, here child, that's what we talked about yesterday, can you do it alone? He said leaving her an ear piercing. Nino. Yes, I already told you yes and don't underestimate me. Gyudro tried to take the notebook, but Nino pushed it away and put it back and looked at Geto, then saw that they were in the nursery. Geto. What's up kid and why did you bring me here? Nino showed the hole punch and extended it to you. Nino. If you pierce my ear, I'll give you Gyudro's notebook. Geto. You should do it yourself. Nino. No, I can't, I'm scared. Geto. And why do you want to get pierced? And let me tell you, it will hurt for a while. Nino. And you, how? It's true that you do have your ear pierced, and it's nothing special, it's just that the others have already been pierced. Geto. Nino, listen, you don't have to do this because the others already did it. I didn't do this because it was trendy or anything. I did it because I wanted to and now I like it. Are you sure you want to? Nino was about to say yes, but he came to his senses a little. Nino. Well, you're right, here. He gave him Gyudro's notebook. Nino. Ah, yes, we looked more alike when we were little, I think I have a picture here, let's see. Geto. He saw the photo and he was right. Geto. They really are the same. Nino went down with his sisters to remember old times, but Geto took Yotsuba. Geto. Yotsuba, come, I want to tell you something. Yotsuba. I'm coming. They both left the building and arrived at a park that was alone. Geto. Tell me, if someone asks you who I am, what would you answer? Yotsuba. I'll explain, you're my friend and tutor, and your name is Geto. Geto. Do you think you know me well? Yotsuba. I wouldn't say very well, but I think so he. Geto. Yotsuba, you cannot tell your sisters what I am about to tell you. What I am about to explain to you should not be something you can talk about easily. You could say that it is information from another planet. Yotsuba. I understand, but what's so important that you don't want my sisters to find out? Geto. Yotsuba, I think it's time you knew. Chapter 8. Geto-san. Said an animated Yotsuba to give a push to a Geto who was deep in thought. Geto. Oh, holy Yotsuba. Yotsuba. Tomorrow is the big day. Geto. What's going to happen? Yotsuba, come on, don't act crazy, I'm talking about this. The school camp. Have you read the brochure yet? Geto. Well no, actually no. Yotsuba. It's packed with fun activities, including outdoor cooking, fishing, hiking, and finally, the campfire. Remember the legend of the dance. Miku, who was accompanying her, remembered the legend that Yotsuba told her about the bonfire. Yotsuba. I heard that a lot of couples started dating after that. Geto. I still think that the legend of the bonfire is just an invented legend that doesn't exist. Yotsuba. Says the sorcerer from another world. Yotsuba thought with a pout. Yotsuba. Boo, but there's nothing wrong with going out with the person you like, right, Miku? I ask again since Miku just stayed silent. Miku. Why do we go out with the person we like? Nightsuba. Yeah. Ichika. Because you love him so much that you can't control him, I'm sure you've already experienced it, Miku. Ichika said, appearing behind Miku, and the latter turned around so they could see her blush. Miku. Of course not. Gyudro. Okay. Now that we're all here, let's get to studying. Yotsuba. Today too. Ichika. I have a session, so I can't. Didn't you get my message? Gyudro just checked his phone, and Geto looked at Gyudro to see his phone too and see that it was true. Yotsuba. And I have to prepare for tomorrow. He said as he slowly walked away and then ran. Gyudro. Wait, good heavens. Ichika. Miku, we're going to have a meeting about the camp, could you do the usual? Giving her a wig and putting her hands together. Miku. Wrong. Miku went to the women's bathroom and Geto, being the good gossip that he is, followed her, and Gyudro also went just out of curiosity about what she would do. After a while they saw Ichika come out of the bathroom. Gyudro. Ichika. Didn't she leave? But then they noticed it was Miku in disguise. Geto. Miku. Did she disguise herself as Ichika? Yotsuba. Geto-san, if it's a joke, stop joking. Geto. It's not Itsuba, I am a sorcerer from another world and I will prove it to you. Geto just put his hand in the shape of a gun and pointed it somewhere else and shot about 3 curses. Itsuba. Wow, you're amazing Geto-san, but why are you telling me this? Geto. Itsuba, there is a chance that you and your sisters are at risk of dying. Itsuba. What? Geto. If I were to die or something worse, I would leave them without any protection. Itsuba. What could be worse than dying? Geto. I don't know, and I don't want to know, the point is that I don't want that to happen, and then I remembered that you are the one in the best physical condition, which is why you are stronger than your sisters, that's why I will train you. Itsuba. Geto. Listen Itsuba, as I told you before, you have cursed energy, but for now it is only that of a common human, you do not reach the 4th degree sorcerer. Itsuba. Also. Geto. It's true, but with proper training I know you can be very strong, your strength is greater than average, and if you control the cursed energy, you will be the most powerful in this world. I don't count since this is not my world, do you accept that I train you, and that you are able to save your sisters in case something happens? Itsuba. I accept. Geto was taken out of his thoughts when he heard something and realized that he was thinking Futaro was about to fight with a boy who was next to Miku in disguise, so he just entered and knocked him out with a blow. Ichika. Geto. Geto. Problem solved and take off that Miku wig now. Miku just took it from her and said. Miku. Did you know? Futaro. We saw you coming out of the bathroom with Ichika's wig already on, let's go now. They left but at the exit they met Itsuba, Nino and Itsuki who took them to the mall. Geto. They remind me why I'm here if the clothes are for poor Futaro. Futaro. Hey and it was because I wanted to, I didn't want to come alone with them, and especially with her. Pointing at Nino. Geto. Okay, that's it. The 4 of them tried on Futaro's clothes, and the only outfit that stayed was the boys' one, since it was the most normal one. Futaro. Are you sure? With how expensive it is? Nino. We're not doing it for you. It's embarrassing to be with someone who dresses like a beggar. Itsuba, but coming to buy clothes with 2 guys. It feels like a date. Itsuki. We just came to shop. Relationships between students are a moral violation. I would say serious but blushing like the rest of her sisters obviously like Itsuba, but not because of the bookworm, but because of a certain sorcerer who seems emo. Itsuba. Sonest como Uesugi-san. Itsuki. Don't compare me to him. Both Uesugi-kun and Geto-kun are just students and tutors. We have to keep things clear. Geto. Stop shouting, we're in front of you. So the Nakano left and before Geto goes to Futaro with his cell phone, Geto, like the gossip that he is, saw what he saw and saw missed calls from Futaro's father. Then Futaro and Geto are seen running to get to Futaro's house and he quickly opened the door. Futaro. Are you okay, Raiha? Raiha. Oni-chan, I think I have a fever. Sorry for bothering you on your way out. Futaro. Calm down, I know you've always been sickly. Geto. Look Raiha, I brought you medicine and drinks. Raiha. It wasn't necessary Geto Oni-chan, but thank you. Geto gave it to her and Raiha turned to look at her brother. Raiha. Give me the medicine. Futaro. Of course. Raiha. Wipe my sweat. Futaro. Veil. Raiha. I have a Teria. Futaro. Of course. Futaro did everything asked, but in the end he spoke. Futaro. Don't take advantage of it either. Then Raiha is seen sleeping, Geto stayed to sleep to help Futaro take care of Raiha, but at night Geto got up and stood next to Raiha and slightly raised his hand and a transparent light surrounded Raiha. Geto. I don't remember what Shoko said, I understand that the reverse rituals only serve as a healing method for wounds or loss of limbs, I never paid attention to the reverse rituals, but I suppose it will also cure Raiha. Then it is seen that dawn came so that Futaro's father entered the main gate. Isanari. Raiha. Are you alive Geto? Futaro. Be quiet, Mr. Isanari, he's sleeping. Isanari. Will you stay and take care of her? But the bus must have already left. Geto. I know, that's why I told Futaro to go himself, since he wanted to go more than me, but I can go another way so I'm going. At that Raiha got up as if nothing had happened. Raiha. I'm hungry. Geto. Are you feeling better, Raiha? If so, I'll go to camp right away. Raiha. I'm healed, thanks Geto Oni-chan. Geto just left and when no one saw him he climbed a building and ran to the edge to jump and invoke a flying curse. Then we see Futaro and Itsuki leaving Futaro's house to see their sisters. Futaro. He's not here. Maybe he left once Raiha recovered. Like Geto. Itsuba Geto-san. Surely he left in that veiling curse he showed me, how envious he can fly and everything. She thought with envy, but if she was sad then she wanted to spend time with the sorcerer. Nino, Miku, Itsuki and Yotsuba were sad, while Ichika comforted them, and they went by car. Throughout the walk they had a good time, but they didn't count on some rabbits with red eyes watching them. Ichika. The mixed thing was not the bath, but the waters. Itsuki. We haven't bathed together for years. Itsuba. Did your breasts grow, Miku? Miku. Yes, like all of you. Nino. The attempted tutor is acting strange. Itsuba. Maybe he doesn't travel much. Nino. Anyway, that euphoria makes him a threat. The problem is that the Futons are all together. Who will sleep with him? They kept talking about who was sleeping near Futaro until Miku got up and spoke. Miku. Wait, don't forget equality, we must be equal. At that moment, a toad with wings that looked like them left the place to reveal a Geto bleeding from the nose and blushing. Geto. Shit, one thing is that curses don't share their sight with me, but Shikigamis are another thing, and they have slightly improved vision due to my cursed power. I could see more despite the steam, I better go to sleep. Geto went to sleep because he was in a small hotel, but he couldn't sleep for 2 reasons. One was the image of the quintuplets, and 2 was that this image caused his friend to wake up, not letting Geto sleep. Geto. If I continue like this I won't sleep. I never thought I would do this but. Geto just went to the bathroom and didn't come out for a while. Then it seems that dawn broke and the bus where the quintuplets and Futaro were coming was seen, but Yotsuba saw something that made the day and the camp happy for her other sisters except Ichika. Yotsuba. Geto-san. Geto. Oh hello girls, Terran. I'd say looking away. Well, I couldn't look them in the eyes properly because of what I did yesterday, thinking about them, except for Ichika. Miku, how did you get here mister? Geto. A magician never reveals his secrets. Nightsuba. I mean a sorcerer never reveals his secrets Geto. Well, have fun. Itsuki Miku Yotsuba Chikanino. See. Said 4 excitedly and Nino with his usual tone, but you can see in a search someone looking at a photo of Geto and the quintuplets with Futaro. Geto, no matter what happens, if you die or I die, we will be reborn. And we will meet again. My friend. Attention, this is a trailer for this story and I put it here so you could see it. Let's start. A young white-haired man with his hair somewhat messy is seen sitting in a tavern until a young man arrives with a lock on the left side of his forehead and his hair tied up. It was Geto. Geto. Hello Kachuraman, I need you to come with me right now. The young man just looked at him in shock but then returned to his previous disinterested state. Boy. Look copycat, I'm not interested. Geto. Okay, but I'm in a bit of a hurry, either you get up or I'll get you up. Geto lifted the boy by force. Boy. Hey. The red light was generated in his hand, specifically in 2 of his fingers, but it quickly went out. Geto. So you don't even use red, it's a bit weird prominent in Satoru's Goho. Satoru. Don't do it. Geto just pointed his hand at Satoru in the shape of a pisto. Geto. If you don't want to start breathing through your damn forehead, I recommend you reconsider. But the white-haired young man just brought his forehead closer to Geto's hand. Geto. I'm about to lose everything I care about. Satoru. It's not my damn problem. Geto. Is that what you said when you sent your world to hell? Satoru. Repeat that one more time. Nozomi. This Satoru Goho was the disappointment in his world pointing at Satoru. Now we see a small conflict between Satoru and Geto. The scene changes to a Geto seeing Satoru sitting face to face. Geto. Are you going to tell me about your torture or should I wait for the flashback? Satoru, smiling go to V. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. Geto. I have no idea how to save this world, but you do points at Goho. I hear you call my name. Satoru. Believe me, I was never the strongest. And it feels like home. Geto, you were someone from Jujutsu. You were the Jujutsu Kaisen. Geto. Finally we will see who is stronger. He said while a few meters away Goho's eyes shone more blue. Geto is seen killing curses. When you call my name. It's like a little prayer. Now Geto is seen having an even fight against Goho. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there. Now you see Geto and Goho fighting again but in a different place. Geto and Goho were killing curses with great coordination. A portion of Geto and Goho's battle is shown, showing Geto hitting Goho with cursed energy. Goho is now seen using a hand seal on his right hand. Geto. Let's kick their asses. Goho. I'm going to kick your ass. It's like a dream to me, oh. It's like a prayer. Their voice can take me there. It's like a prayer. Miku. You promise to come back with us? Geto. I promise, and if it's a lie, let someone get struck by lightning. A thunderclap was heard outside hitting something, and ambulances could be heard. Geto coincidences exist. Trailer T2. Hey everyone. I've already finished season 1, but I won't be releasing all the episodes at once this week after so many years. I'll have the next chapter, probably on Friday or Saturday, because I'm drowning in homework XD. Well, wait for it with anticipation as I hope you like this season, with many surprises. Geto. I keep wondering why I'm in a hospital if I can use the reverse technique. Said a Geto on a stretcher and next to him a sleeping Futuro. Ni, Ashid Kareru. Tado, Ashianasai yo. Koko, Ashid. Ashid Kudasai. Ashid Kuramasuka. Geto. Ja. We miss you. Futuro. Shut up. At least I'm not hoarse, he said while mocking Geto's voice while he was on his stretcher. Okidoki feeling after. Tajin Nakati Janai. Itaban Jaya Dakara. Itorajim Shatimo Aikana. Itsuba. Geto-san, is Nino here? She said as she peeked through the door. Geto. Seeing where Nino is hiding, no, he didn't hide behind the curtain at all. Nino. Traitor. Suki no. Suki no. Suki no. Suki no. Suki no. Itachi wa. Geto. These girls are going to drive us crazy, aren't they? Futuro. Yes, but we already entered the lion's den a long time ago. Hakudoki Chado Zuri Kido. Itaban Jaya Dakara. My feelings are. Himiwadu na no. Ni, Ashit. Perverts. Said a quintuplet in a towel who threw a bag at Geto and Futuro. Futuro. How is it possible that they declined so much? Itsuki. Hey. It's not that bad. Geto. Have you seen Yatsuba's exam? Itsuba. What's wrong with my test? Geto, in the exam, in question 8, we ask you to justify your answer. And you wrote believe me. Nino, I hate you, I can't stand you, although the truth is you've always been like this, he said while he was on the motorcycle next to Geto but still. Nino, I love you Geto. Geto. Trip to Tokyo. Futuro. Yes, I know you would like to go there. Geto. Yes, I would love to actually I only want to exercise a grade 2 curse or at most a semi-first grade curse. Miku. Tell me more. I want to know everything about you and for you to know everything and everything about me. Miku. Like that, I like that and that too she said while pointing at Kyoto buildings. Miku. And this too pointing to the umbrella that covered them from the sun. Geto. Laughing I see that you like many things. Miku, and this. She said pointing at Geto. Geto, Mike. Miku. And I'm not going to be left behind she said as their lips touched. Geto is seen in the middle of the forest. Geto, there's someone here. Said Sirio while an object comes out of the bushes. Geto, serious, despite being at a considerable distance, however I doubt that using my ritual will not attract the attention of some, after all. That cursed energy is of a special grade. Next to Geto's head a shadow formed where a purple worm came out and slowly took out a katana from its mouth that Geto grabbed and stood on guard. I see you noticed. Congratulations. Geto. He just got more serious. And you did it despite being a simple and pathetic human. Geto, who is this? Nice to meet you, let me introduce myself. Special grade curse. Dayako. Dayako. Milemo Jayako. Dayako. Ti presento mi obra de arte Allegoni de forgeron. He said to show some dead civilians and they formed a small tower with their disfigured bodies while few were still alive. A Geto is seen locked in a jug of water. Geto. The bubbles represent a voice that no one can reach. The Kihinadorata Kokoro na Yadashita Hayo. Mayajmato ima yoke no Mukui. Dayako. Ritual technique, blood art. Deadly scales of war. The Kihinate ima Bakura Gao Kashita Haiwo. Geto. Get out of here. If I couldn't cross the water, what makes you think you can? Why the hell are you still here? Go away Futuro. Mage Hashiriba. Ashita ga Kawaru Hazu. Geto. New gloomy style. Draw. Himiga ida kono sekai mu ichido serenade. Geto. Who is he? Waga nachi hadayu tomo tsunajitu kuyo. Izuna ga tsumuide. Imureta. Hiseki wo. Boy. How come you thought you were the only one who fought seriously? Chapter 9. Itsuba. 1, 2 and 3. Itsuba was chopping wood to ask for a fire in front of 2 of her companions. Itsuba. How fun. Boy. You don't need to cut any more he said, looking at the large pile of cut logs he cut down. Ichika. Will you not be using it anymore? I'll wash it, she asks her classmates. Boy 2. Thanks. Boy 3. I wish I were a sponge to wash her little body fantasizing. Girl. It should be ready she said looking at her pot of food. Itsuki. Wait. There are still 3 seconds left, he said looking at his phone with a red aura around it. Girl 2. you don't have to be so exact. Girl 5. What are you putting in it? I asked Miku when I saw that she was about to add something else to the food. Miku. Miso soup, it gives it another flavor. Girl 5. Just put it on your portion. Girl 4. Why did your rice burn? She said angrily to her classmates. Boy 5. What did you expect? We've never cooked before. Nino. Well, we'll take care of it, he said with a smile but an aura of fire, so go watch the curry. He said, still with his smile scaring them. Mida. Hey, don't act crazy. Mida. Don't tell me you've forgotten me either. Futaro. No, of course not, I even remember your last name. Geto. WTF, and who the buck is this? Futaro. Mida. Soy Mida. Mida. Is everything going well between you and Nakano? Futaro. Clock clear. Mida. How lucky you are to have a partner for the dance. Geto. What are you talking about? Mida. About Nakano-san's relationship with him. Geto. 020, 031. Geto. Ha 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 ha. Mida. What are you laughing at? Geto. Ugh, my tummy, now pointing at Futaro. How is he going to have a relationship if he's a poo? But Futaro covered his mouth, nervous that Geto would screw up. Mida. And what's wrong with these two? Anyway, the point is I wanted to ask you for some advice on how to get a girlfriend. Geto. MHP millimeters MHPRSM miles per hour millimeters HMP. She said with Futaro's hand still covering her mouth. Why do you ask the bookworm about love? Futaro. Grows fast, damn rice, he thought irritated by his two companions. Itsuba. Geto-san, I'll take these things for the test of courage. Geto, taking Futaro's hand off Itsuba. Futaro. Weren't you in charge of the campfire? Itsuba. Yes, but I figured you'd need a hand. Itsuba. It was a miracle that Uesugi-san dropped out of school and came to camp and that Geto-san is already here, so I'll help you guys out in any way I can. Smiling at Geto. Geto. Guys, take care of the rice. Me to Futaro. Don't order me around. Yeah, whatever. Futaro, wait, now that I'm alone with him. Son of his. He left me alone so I'd have to put up with him. He said as he watched Geto carrying Itsuba while giving a mischievous smile, and I already knew what he meant. Geto. Give him your wonderful love advice, he thought, knowing that Futaro had no idea about those topics. I don't know about you, but even I missed this opening in my fix. Girl. No ghost has come out, it seems that the managers are not doing their job. The girl said, and next to her was a mess. Mida. Damn. I wanted the suspension bridge effect to do its thing, but he wasn't scared in the slightest. That bastard lied. But the boy turned to see Mida's face and got scared. Girl. How scary. God. My heart is beating like crazy. But they began to hear footsteps in the bushes, which caused tension in the environment. The young people would start to get scared, the girl clung to the boy's arm, and Mida just pointed her flashlight at a bush and from it. The white rabbit with red eyes came out. Girl. It's just a cute rabbit. But out of nowhere that rabbit was killed by a foot that crushed it, and when he looked in front of him, it was Geto with curses behind him while he had in his hand a black and yellow sphere with monk's clothing. Geto. It's your turn, damn monkeys. But that both boys ran away scared and the curses disappeared, but Geto still had that smile. Itsuba. Geto, you can leave that now, they're gone she said, looking with amusement at Geto's face, which made her laugh more than she was scared. Geto. I think I got really into the character. Itsuba. Yes it's good that you sent Uesugi-san somewhere else to scare us away. Otherwise, he wouldn't know your secret. Geto. Yes but he saw Itsuba with a tender pout of annoyance what's wrong? Itsuba. Moo, why must you be the only one who has to scare? Geto. Well the problem is your suit. Itsuba. My suit. What's wrong with my suit? She said, looking at herself. Geto. Believe me, instead of being scary you would be tender and something more, Geto would say the last thing in his thoughts with a not very saintly one. Since that day when he mistakenly saw something he shouldn't have, from time to time he had somewhat impure thoughts. Geto, unlike Satoru his best friend having an attractive girl, did not flirt with her like him. I simply ignored the topic even when I was with Shoko and Raiko, but being with more developed girls of my age, unconsciously had those kinds of thoughts from time to time. Although he always put them out of his mind when he wanted and out of respect he didn't think about it, but from that day on he didn't put them out of his mind easily. Itsuba. You know, I'm so glad you trust me with such an important secret. Geto. It's nothing. He watched as Itsuba sat on the ground and drew a circle. Itsuba. I'm glad I'm the only one you can show a certain other side of yourself to. Geto. Millimeters. Itsuba. Hiding your ritual is like hiding a part of you, since sometimes you use curses to intimidate bad guys, or for us to play, and believe me, I won't disappoint you, I'll be the second best sorceress in this world. She said with emotion and determination. Well, Geto saw this and blushed. Geto. Heh. Good. Try hard. Itsuba. Hi. But they heard footsteps in the distance. Geto. Potions. Both came out of the bushes with the intention of scaring the newly arrived couple. Itsuba. We're going to eat them. But they saw that they were Ichika and Miku. Like, well. Ichika. And he's with Itsuba. Geto. Oh, hello girls. Itsuba. Moo, we didn't manage to scare them. Ichika. Ah, how scary. She said, raising her hands but still had a smile on her face. Geto. Thanks for trying. Ichika. You're more endearing than anything else, Itsuba. Geto. I told you. Ichika. And those clothes. Geto. It's to scare. Ichika. How? Geto. I scared in my own way. But while they were talking, Miku became thoughtful. Geto. Acceptance. Miku. What's wrong? Geto. There is a cliff ahead, so be careful to follow where the sign points. Miku. Good, Miss Ichika. The two of them just left a confused Geto. Geto. Why do I feel it is somewhat sharp? Itsuba. I don't know, but now let's focus on the next victim, she said with a mischievous smile at the end. At that point they noticed that it was Itsuki and Nino, although Itsuki's fear was more noticeable. Itsuki. My companions told me that this forest is haunted. Nino. It's pure nonsense, just like that legend of the bonfire. Itsuki. Ah. Nini. Who would be scared of that trinket? Seeing a lamp with eyes, I thought camp would be more fun, but on the first day we had to share a room with him, at least nothing happened, referring to when Futaro slept with them. Although Itsuki had a memory come to mind that he put aside, but they saw Geto hanging upside down from a branch, saying 3 words that many people hate and are terrified of. Geto. Get to studying. Surprisingly, it scared the two of them so much that even Itsuki ran away. Itsuki. No. Nino. Wait, Itsuki. Itsuba. Coming out of a tree, gosh, even I'm scared. But Geto realized something. Geto. Where did they go? The scene changes to one with Ichika and Miku. Ichika. You could have stayed there a little longer and had a chat with Geto. Miku, I'm weird. Geto is the tutor of the 5, but… Miku. It's nothing, let's change the subject. Nino. Itsuki. Where did you go? Is this the way? Huh. It can't be. He got upset when he saw the flashlight on his cell phone going out, a sign of being discharged. Why did this happen? Camp is supposed to be fun, and now I'm alone. But the wind and being alone scared her so much that she ran away but ended up tripping. Nino. This couldn't be worse. Geto. Are you okay? Nino. Why you? Is that you? Geto. Who else would it be? Come on. He said, taking her by the arm to lift her up. Nino. Wait. But a branch tore her dress and revealed her right thigh. Geto. Sorry. It's enough, he's going to kill me, but when he saw Nino he saw her embarrassed sorry. Nino. And never mind. Geto. Phew, thank goodness, let's go this way, it's the… Nino. Wait, Itsuki is still out there. Would you help me find her? I asked nervously. Geto. Is this okay? Elsewhere Itsuba was scaring the others with a purple worm wrapped around her to scare them even more. Itsuba, I look at the sky with concern. Geto. Where are you? But Geto, I was with Nino looking for Itsuki. Geto. Itsuki, where are you? Nino, I think Itsuki is back. If you multiply the width of the car by 5, you will see the North Star, he said while looking at the stars. They show us the north, now I know where we are. Nino. You're very clever, he said, claiming. Geto. Nino just complimented me. I'm scared. Nino. Millimeters. Wait. Nino approached Geto, who was retreating, but a tree prevented him, and Nino stood on tiptoe and saw a scratch on Geto's head. Geto. The scratch. Leave it, it'll heal soon. Nino. Don't come out with that, as if you could cure yourself of everything. The Geto Chivi turned his head to the side, while Nino took out a band-aid that was striking because it was purple and had hearts. Nino. I carry some in case one of my sisters gets hurt. Much better. He said with a genuine smile. Geto. Someone help, I'm scared. But they heard a noise. Nino. Huh? Did you hear? Itsuki told me this forest was haunted. Geto. Haunted? How do you think? Haunted it isn't. There are just a few harmless 4th to semi-3rd degree curses. Follow me, she started running, taking the boy by the hand, who blushed. As he got a little further, the boy noticed a path. Nino. Look at the exit. He said, running towards it. Geto. Wait, kid. Nino, what you're… But she realized the ravine too late and was about to fall, but Geto managed to grab her and, pushing her, took her place, falling into the ravine. Nino. Geto. Only a few tears came out, sooner or later more would come out. Geto. I'm still here. Nino. Huh. As he approached he saw Geto holding onto a rock and climbing little by little. Nino. Geto. He offered his hand which Geto accepted. Nino, with all his strength, managed to help Geto, but ended up falling on top of him. Geto, while breathing heavily when calming down, saw Nino who was blushing from being on top of her. Geto. Just got up phew, that was close, it's better to find Itsuki. Nino. Hey, can you give me your hand to get up? She said blushing. Geto. Of course. But Geto only gave him the bracelet that Raiha gave him. Geto. That bracelet is good luck, it will bring protection and even grant wishes, actually he put some cursed power in it so he could be tracked in case of emergency. Nino, you know Geto, I think that the campfire dance is nothing more than a childish children's story, that just holding hands and being together forever doesn't sound credible. But even so. Would you be my partner for the dance? Geto didn't know what to do because that tsundere girl was ruining the only job his friend and he had. Now she was asking him to dance with her on a bonfire that would unite them. Geto. Kid, I don't know what to say, you flatter me, but it's too hasty, would you let me think about it? Nino. Yes, take your time, he said smiling. But they began to hear wailing and a figure approaching. Geto. A curse. But when I looked closer it was just Itsuki crying. Geto. Phew, not bad. Itsuki looked up and saw Geto and behind him Nino and ran until he reached Geto and hugged him tightly. Itsuki. Geto-kun. I was so scared. Geto. Don't scare us like that, let's go. I said so the three of them left, with the two girls holding each arm. Now we see Geto going to the cellar going for the last log. Geto. This is the last one. But I notice it got a little lighter. Ichika. How annoying. Geto. Ichika. Ichika. I came to help but I thought you didn't need it. Geto, it's nothing By the way, with a mischievous smile, a little bird told me that a certain one-san is dating the school bookworm. Ichika. Huh. It's not true. She said blushing. Geto was about to continue until they heard the sound of the door closing. Geto. Wait a minute. Ichika, did they just lock us up? Everything was silent until. Nichika. Ha 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 ha. They started laughing as if nothing was happening, but soon they went from laughing to screaming. Nichika. Get us out of here. Chapter 10. Ichika. What a problem. Geto, yes. Seeing the warehouse door. Ichika. They locked us in, he said, also looking at the door. Geto. Okay, I'll knock down the door. On one side he took a few steps back. Ichika. Wait, isn't that an alarm over there? She pointed to the warehouse. Alarm guards might come if you break down the door. Geto. If they find us with that would be the best thing, getting into position to run. Ichika. No, wait a second. Stops him, we could ruin the camp if we do that. Ichika turns around, also, if Miku finds out. Geto. Okay, let's try to take it apart. Crouches down. Ichika. Huh. Haha, maybe if I were 2 meters tall. Geto. Climb onto my shoulders, I'll hold you. Ichika. Just stared at Geto's back with a blush. Calm down, I can't allow my secret to come to light. Her hand rests on her chest, more exactly on her heart, and puts on a sad look. Ichika just climbed onto Geto's shoulders and held on tight so she wouldn't fall. Ichika, don't even think about mentioning my weight. Are you okay? Geto. Yes, we started. Geto grabbed Ichika's thighs tightly so she wouldn't fall, but she stopped. Geto. Ichika. What's wrong? Geto. This feeling brought back memories. That comment made Ichika blush slightly. Ichika. Hey, stop enjoying my thighs. I complain. Geto. With a nervous smile, it's just that you weigh a lot and I can't get up. Ichika. Angry, I told you not to say it. Geto, with comical tears, it's that if you weigh, and you weigh a lot. I ask you please, one less taco and you won't die of hunger. Ichika. With a vein in his forehead you'll see. Geto dodged Ichika's blows by moving his head. Geto. Hey, not on your face, that's what I live off. Geto. I need a key to deactivate the alarm, just wait for someone to come, he said while trying to make a fire and remembering that he had to bear Ichika's weight. Ichika. Raising his hand, excuse me, professor, but what are you doing? Geto. He tried to make a fire, the last day will be ruined if we catch a cold, I think that's how it was done according to Futuro. Ichika. You are smart but also clumsy, watching with a drop of sweat as you want to make a fire. Shall we distract ourselves by talking about something fun? But Geto's mind was somewhere else. Geto. Did I leave the beans on the stove before coming? He thought worriedly. Ichika. Seeing that he didn't pay attention to her, she pouted. Miku. Ichika hasn't returned yet. Itsuki. No, when I leave I say that I had to do some things with the campfire group. Itsuba. Miku. Itsuki. Have either of you seen Geto-san around here? Mikutsuki. Itsuba. Geto-san disappeared while I was helping the campfire group. I tried to look for him, but I couldn't find him. I even looked for him in his room and even in the cafeteria pouting. Itsuba. He must have been loitering around again. The two Nakano sisters put on a worried look and Miku remembered something. Flashback. Miku told Ichika about the problem with Mida and how Geto defended her but told her something that Geto couldn't hear. Ichika. Dance with Geto-kun. Miku. In order to leave quickly, I made up a story that I already had a date with him but he didn't believe me and you already know the rest. Ichika. Are you sure I can? Fine. I guess since I'm the oldest, I'll take care of Geto-kun's loner. End of flashback. Miku. I'm going out to look for them. She ran out hurriedly. Itsuki. Itsuba. Miku. She extended her hand revealing the warehouse keys. Itsuki. Huh. Itsuba, what about that key? Ichika. Well, as I was telling you the other day, Itsuki. He was talking, but Geto didn't pay attention. Ichika. And then Nino was shocked. She spoke again, but Geto was the same. Ichika. What do you think he said when he saw the cricket? But the result was the same. Ichika. Geto-kun, she saw how he was so focused that he didn't even listen. You don't say anything, oh you're going to make the older sister cry. Ichika. I wonder what he thinks so much. You just had some nostalgic memories in your head. Ichika. I could drop out of school. At that moment Geto stopped. That simple sentence surprised him as it reminded him of one of the difficult moments in his life. Flashback. Geto was sitting in his bedroom in his previous world thinking. Geto, would it be better if I leave school? But at that moment two women opened the door abruptly. What the did you just hear? Calm down, Raiko. Young Raiko Amani only saw her companion. Raiko. Don't ask me to calm down after hearing such nonsense, Shoko. He saw Geto again. Raiko. And you. Raiko. The next time I hear you say the same stupid things, it's going to go badly for you. Geto. Aha, whatever you say, Mijitsu said in a whisper. Raiko. Shoko. What did you say? Geto. No, nothing. Raiko. Shoko. Are you revealing yourself? Geto. No, starting to fear for his life. Raiko. Shoko. Are you turning against us? Geto. No. Shoko. What makes you think I can't cut you? I take out a scalpel. Raiko. That's it. Raiko's angry. There's going to be trouble unless you apologize on your knees right now. Yaga. Arriving because she heard a commotion. What's going on? Raiko. Shoko. Nothing, Professor Yaga with an aura of tranquility. Yaga. Geto, can you come? Geto just nodded and headed towards the exit of the dorms, but when he looked back he saw Shoko with a tender smile, but with the scalpel in hand. Shoko, if you call me a dwarf again, you'll see. Geto, understanding what Shoko meant, she just nodded. They say that dwarves are bad because they are closer to hell. They are right. End of flashback. Ichika. Haha, you finally listened to me. Geto. Will you leave her? Ichika. Technically it would be a break. Ichika. I did tell you I got a role in a movie, right? And I'm already starting to get more and more job offers. Ichika. Those who act as students skip classes and don't care if they have to repeat the year or transfer to more flexible schools. Ichika. I think you know very well how bad I am at my studies. I don't think I'll miss high school. Besides, it would be good for Miku if I weren't there. Geto, you know, I think I'm jealous of you. You found something you're passionate about doing. Ichika. Ah. Geto. But then what will happen to our pay if you leave? Will it go down 20? Comically worried. Ichika. Sigh, but the truth is I'm surprised. I thought you would get very angry. Geto. Do you really see me like that, Ichika? Geto. I'm very jealous that you have options, although it's very likely that you will fail. Ichika. Oh, you're going to start now. Geto, but you can use that to your advantage. If it works for you, good for you. Everyone deserves another chance, he said, to finally be able to light a fire, being seen by a surprised Ichika. Miku and Itsuki were searching for Geto and Ichika through the forest while shouting their names. Miku. Thank you. Itsuki. Ichika. Miku. Calm down. Itsuki. Miku. Ichika isn't the one I'm worried about. Ichika. It's okay. Geto. Ichika, that's from the campfire dance. I think we can cancel it from the campfire dance. Ichika. Getting up from the ground. But in exchange. Let's dance now. She stands in front of Geto and offers her hand. Ichika. This will be our own deck, right? Geto. Well, taking advantage of the fact that no one sees us. Ichika. That's great. Admit you were embarrassed, she mocked. Geto. Of course embarrassed. Ichika. You have your soft side laughing. Ichika. My sensor is so normal, I'll be fine. Geto. That legend is a problem for students, I think they might get strange ideas. Ichika. L legend. Geto. You didn't know. According to Yotsuba, those who dance by the bonfire will get points for life. Ichika. Ichika. Tell me, does Miku know? Geto. Yes, she was there. Ichika began to back away. Ichika, and never was my intention. Geto. Everything okay? Worried. Ichika, the bonfire. Was important to Miku. But I had to. Hey Geto. She accidentally hit a log behind her. Geto. Ichika. When she was about to fall on him, Geto managed to attract her to him, preventing her from getting hurt. But the position they were in made Ichika blush. Geto, it was close. Hey. You're very clumsy, Ichika, smiling and blushing. Ichika. But the trunk broke part of the door which activated the alarm. Ichika. Starting to struggle with Geto. Hey, let me go. Geto. Hey, don't move. Ah. Both fell to the floor. Alarm. Impact detected, open the door for 30 seconds. If you do not deactivate the alarm, we will send security personnel. Geto. Quick, before they come, let's go. Ichika, yes. But then the fire extinguishers went off, soaking both young people. Geto. What happens now? Ichika. Fire extinguishers. The fire. Geto. The alarm comes first. Ichika, so. What can we do? We need the keys. Geto. The key. And what do we do? But the alarm and fire extinguishers went off because the door had been opened. Here is the key. A female voice was heard, it was Itsuki and Miku who opened the door. Itsuki, Ichika. Seeing them, you better tell me, what are you doing here? The next day. Geto, it's the last day. We had to explain what happened to the teachers, we got into a lot of trouble. Itsuki and Miku didn't believe us, I hope to have another opportunity to explain to them. How did a camp that was also going end up like this here? Girl 1. So Miku, we wait in the cafeteria. Miku, it's okay, looking at the window in a worried way, if we are all the same, what is it that? What should I do? Ichika. I'm really sorry, I can't believe you're going to make me sick right now, what bad luck I have. Itsuki. Although it was an accident, it happened because you weren't careful. Think about it while Ichika rests. Ichika. Hey Itsuki, you don't have to stay with me, have fun. Itsuki, Piro. Ichika, I'll catch up with you when I feel better. Or is it that? You have trouble seeing Geto-kun's face. Itsuki. He was surprised by what his sister said. Ichika. You've been avoiding him since camp started. Itsuki, it's been 3 months. I never thought we would have to go through all this. When I asked him for help that day at the cafeteria, he remembered everything that happened in the previous chapters, who would have imagined it? Ichika. Haha, do you really think Geto-kun is such a bad person? Itsuki. Itsuki, no. Hey, it's not that. Geto. Felt a chill, sleep a little longer, lies down and covers up. Yotsuba. Geto-san. Suddenly opening her door. Geto. Yotsuba. Yotsuba. You're not going to run away just because it's an optional activity. We're going to spy. Yes. Yotsuba. Come on, let's go down the slope. Geto. I'm very cold, let me sleep. Besides, I don't know how to ski. Yotsuba. Sleeping is a waste of time, and if you can't ski, I'll take you by the hand, you'll see how easy it is. Geto. Okay, let's practice. Smiling. Hey, by the way, what about your 4 sisters? Yotsuba. Ichika is sick and Itsuki is taking care of her. Geto. After everything that happened, I'm not surprised. Yotsuba. Geto. You should have looked carefully before closing that door. Yotsuba. Huh? I don't understand what you're talking about. Geto. You're welcome. Yotsuba. Look, kid, he's already skiing. Yotsuba. There she is looking behind Geto. Geto? Who? Level? Way. Geto. Miku. He approached her. It's a little difficult for me to differentiate them without their characteristic accessories, but I'll get used to it. Miku blushed at the closeness they had and stepped back but fell on her butt, while Yotsuba laughed. Geto. What a good fool, offers his hand. Are you okay, Miku? Miku only saw him with her blush, but looked away and got up alone. Miku, yes. I'm fine. Yotsuba. Well, I'm always the one who receives the lessons, but today I'm going to be the one who teaches you everything, she said excitedly. But how clumsy you are, said a girl passing by him. Geto. Ichika. Hi, it's cold. Hi, I greet him with his face mask and ski goggles. Geto. Ichika. Ichika? Yes, it's me. Geto. Are you really better now? Ichika. Ah. Cough, cough. I haven't improved completely but. Geto. By the way, where is Itsuki there? Wasn't he looking after you? Ichika. Itsuki is skiing because she prefers to avoid you. Itsuba. Hey Ichika, these two don't remember anything I've been teaching them. I complain. Geto. You see, so you can see what Itsuba feels like. Itsuba. Ha 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 ha. Ichika. How about we make it fun? Geto. Ichika. Starting to ski since Itsuba is the best she will chase us. Itsuba. Bien. Miku. What about Nino and Itsuki? Itsuba. I'm going to catch them as soon as I see them. 1, 2, 3. She closed her eyes and started counting. Geto. It can't be, oh no. I just learned to go forward. Wouldn't it be a good opportunity to talk to Miku? Hey Miku. Hey Miku. But Miku just ignored him. Geto. I skied as best I could, it's very complicated. Ichika, I want to make sure of something. Tell me, did you talk to anyone about what happened last night? Flashback. Ichika. I might drop out of school. End of flashback. Geto. And why would I do that? Ichika, so. Geto. Ichika. How do I stop? Ichika. What? She saw how Geto accelerated out of control, worrying her. Ichika. Geto-kun. And as expected it crashed. Geto. Soro Yotsuba, you should teach me how to ski well. Extra. How is he still standing? Geto heard a whisper and realized that it attracted a lot of attention. Geto. It's because I don't have Raiha's amulet, but it's been going badly for me since yesterday. He removed the sweat from his head and with it also the band that Nino had put on him, which saw him. Nino. Geto-kun, is that you? Geto panicked and did the most reasonable thing. Geto. He started running away as a child. Nino. Hey. Why are you running away? Geto, I still circa and apostrophe T give you an answer about the dance, especially with the current problems. Where the hell are you Futuro? He started running but ended up running into Itsuba. Itsuba. With a smile, I found you Geto-san. Geto. There's no Itsuba. He started running back the way he came but stops. Nino. Geto-kun. Itsuba. Geto-san. Both girls ran with a smile wanting to reach Geto, each with a different reason. Geto. Dizzy, I'm very dizzy. Itsuba Nino. Geto-san Geto-kun. Itsuba Nino. Itsuba. I found you Nino. Nino. Itsuba, what are you doing here? Have you by any chance seen Geto-kun around here? Itsuba. Yes, in fact I was chasing him, but he disappeared. If he used one of his curses to escape, I'll see. She thought tenderly angry, I wish I could detect the cursed energy of others like Geto-san. But Geto entered an igloo that was next to them. Geto, Oh. He saw that behind him was Miku. Miku, she almost managed to find me. Geto. This is an igloo, did you make it? Miku, no. I was already here. Geto, I see. Geto. He felt a little uncomfortable so he wanted to break the ice, haha, hey it's very warm in here. Miku. Oh Geto. Geto. Miku. There's little space, you don't move that much she said because Geto's arm was crushing one of her breasts. Geto, with a blush, yes sorry. Yeah. I'm leaving. He tried to leave, but Miku stopped him. Miku, but don't go either. Sorry. I don't understand anything, she let it out. Geto, Mike. Miku, it's just that. It can make Itsuba stay out. Geto. It's true, I'm going to stay a little longer. Miku, thank you. Geto. Where does she get so much resistance? I find it hard to believe they're quintuplet sisters. Miku. I would have been caught if it weren't for this igloo. Geto. And tell me, what happened with that skiing thing? Miku. Why? Why am I doing all this? Geto, well. How are we going to escape? Miku, well maybe. With a smile, I know, let's give Itsuba a disadvantage. Geto. What? Miku. If we can get him to carry some weight, we can be just as fast. Geto. That will make it more fun. Miku, yes, then. Geto. Interrupts her, but the truth is I don't like the idea. Miku. Surprised. Geto. All 5 of them started out with identical physiques, right? They're quintuplets. Geto. It means that Itsuba became athletic on her own merit. Miku. Yes, you're right. Geto, and I know it's just a game but I don't want to undermine your efforts. Miku. Surprised. Flashback. Mida, wanting this person to be with you, that's all. Ichika. Are you sure I can? Miku. I don't really care if it's Ichika. Itsuki. What? Are you doing here? Miku, it wouldn't be fair, you have to be his companion. End of flashback. Geto. Smiling, it's not bad that they are equal, but we can't ignore their efforts, we have to be fair, not equal. Miku. Ah, these words moved Miku, she decided to get up but hit her head on the ceiling and puts on an expression of pain that worries but touches Geto. Geto. Hey, are you okay? I asked. Miku. Grabs her aching head. Geto. Trying to hold back laughter, you better sit down. What are you doing standing? Miku. Seeing Geto, she felt again that sensation that only Geto is capable of making her feel and smiled gently. We have to be fair, okay? Geto. Oh, sorry, what am I saying, I'm suffocating, I'll go get some fresh air. Leaves the igloo. Miku. She just saw him leave and smiled, then took out her cell phone and called someone. Itsuba. Geto-san, where are you? She searched and searched but didn't find him until he put on a defiant smile. I swear I found you without using cursed energy. Nino. Looking for Geto, where did he go? He saw the band-aid Geto-kun gave him. Itsuki. I only looked at the horizon with a neutral gaze. Ichika. Seeing on her phone screen that she had a call from Miku and answered yes. Miku. What's wrong? Miku. Ichika, the truth is. We have things to talk about. Post scene. In a place far, far away from Earth. A billion light years away in the darkest corner of the universe, there was a kingdom. Inside this, a man with white hair and an elegant suit of the same color saw everything that happened on what seemed to be a magic screen. I think I'll move up my plans. It's the beginning of my function. Chapter 11, end of episode. Geto. Ah, how tired I am. Right now I'm resting in bed after all the little show of Itsuki who pretended to be Ichika. How did we get to that? It would be best to summarize everything, since in a short time they're going to take me to a town somewhat close, well. It's somewhat far but it's the closest, allow me to explain. Of Geto. When I left the igloo where I was with Miku I got some fresh air, but I felt a little dizzy. I decided to go back in and saw Miku on a call with who apparently was Ichika. When we left we were attacked by Itsuba, but we received the news that Itsuki had disappeared. Worried we started to search but I realized something. I managed to get Ichika to accompany me to the cable car to look for her, only to reveal that it was Itsuki pretending to be Ichika. At her words she had to make sure of something. I didn't know what because I ended up falling asleep on her shoulder. It turns out that like Ichika I ended up getting sick, but mine was more complicated. Flashback. Quintuplets. Moved. Professor. Yes, it seems his flu has gotten worse and he won't stop coughing violently. Normally, we would wait for him to recover and if he's still sick, we would take him to the doctor when we get back. Teacher. How is your case, Miss Ichika? She said, looking at the older Nakano. Professor, but. That's not the case and unfortunately we'll have to take him to the nearest hospital. Miku. Worried, and where is the nearest hospital? Teacher. It's a bit far so after the bonfire we'll go. Nino. And how did this happen? He asked, unable to hide his concern. Ichika. Professor, I got sick at the same time and I'm fine. Why isn't he? Teacher. Why, Miss Ichika, you took a good rest and came out more covered up, which was not the case with young Geto. Teacher. He didn't get enough rest and even though he came out dressed warmly, he was in colder environments. Itsuki. How so? Teacher. I witnessed how young Geto suddenly crashed into the cold snow and I saw him a little deeper into the forest, as if he was looking for something or someone. At that moment 4 of the 4 sisters had an idea of who he was looking for. Itsuki, so. He went out to look for me thinking I was there when I was alone. He became sad thinking that it was his fault that Geto had to go into places where it was colder. But only one of the quintuplets really knew why she was there. Itsuba, I do know what I was looking for. Flashback X2. Geto. Hey Itsuba. Itsuba. What's wrong Geto-san? Geto. Come. Both of them moved away from Itsuba's sisters to talk. Itsuba. What's going on? Geto. You see, you will search for Itsuki around the camp and I will search in the forest. Itsuba. In the forest? Why? Geto. I've noticed that there are curses in this place and I'm sure you noticed too, right? Itsuba, the truth is yes. But what does it have to do with it? Geto, the curses are weak, but I can't guarantee that they'll attack other students, that includes. Itsuba, to Itsuki. Worried. Geto. Yes, I'll go to the forest to investigate and exorcise curses while you look for her in the camp. Understood. Itsuba. Yes. End of flashback. Professor. The point is that we would take him to the small town nearby while you can enjoy your last 2 days. The quintuplets wanted to go see their tutor, but they were denied entry so they had to leave. Everyone was dancing with their partners, anxiously waiting for the bonfire to end, but we saw the youngest quintuplets Itsuki sneaking into Geto's room. Itsuki, hiding in a corner of the room. I tried to do what Yotsuba would do, but sneaking into the room with the director here. Ahi, what kind of person have I become? I would look at the bed where Geto was, but I can't leave him alone in that bed. Itsuki gets up. I must turn on the lights, it should be around here it is. Itsuki turned on the lights, but apparently she wasn't alone. The five. Ah. Itsuba. What? Did they all come? Itsuki. Keep quiet. Nino. Hey. What are you all supposed to be doing here? Miku. I miss you more. Nino, with a small blush. Well. You don't care. Ichika. We came here because we're worried about Geto-kun, right? Miku. Yes. Itsuba. Haha, I'm really glad that we all thought and did the same thing. Nino. HMP. I didn't come for that. He just turned his head to the side trying to deny her comment. Miku. You're not being sincere. She turns around with the others looking at Itsuki in front of Geto. Itsuki, Geto-kun, the girls and I are anxiously hoping you get better soon. I'm still not sure what kind of person you are, but tell me yourself when you wake up. Teacher. The end of the bonfire is approaching. Let's do the countdown, let's begin. All. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Itsuki. Grabs Geto's hand. All. 3. Miku. Grabs Geto's other hand. All. 2. Itsuba. Grabs one of Geto's fingers like Ichika and Nino do. All. 1. Yee. Each quintuplet held a finger of the black-haired man while he slept. Miku. The five of us will always be with you. Itsuba. I hope my powers can heal you, Geto-san, please. Reverse ritual works. She thought while concentrating, trying to use the reverse rituals, but looking cute while trying. Itsuki. I wonder what you felt and experienced at camp. Geto gets out of bed. Ah. Itsuba. He woke up. Itsuki. It's good that you're recovered. Itsuba. My treatment worked. She thought excitedly because she thought she managed to use the reverse ritual. Miku. Revived. Geto. A vein begins to appear on his forehead. Shut up already. All. Huh. Geto. More veins are showing. They won't let me sleep. Go away. All. Running in chibi form. Ha. Geto. Annoyed. Get out of here. Go away. Don't you know it's a sin to keep your neighbor from sleeping? Goes back to bed. End of flashback X2. Of Geto. And? That's all that happened. Apparently someone could go with me and Yotsuba was the first to agree to accompany me. Flashback. Professor. By the way, I need one of you to accompany him. All. Huh. Teacher. Yes. Some company would do him good and you guys seem to be good friends. Teacher. Okay, who's going? Itsuki was about to call a quintuple meeting when a certain green ribbon girl stepped forward. Itsuba. I'll go. Teacher. Okay, we're leaving. Professor. Seeing them seriously, don't go into her room. The only one who can enter is young Yotsuba just because she will be her companion, but with distance, seeing Yotsuba. Yotsuba. Yes. But that both teachers left the girls alone who claimed Yotsuba. Nino. Yotsuba would be explain yourself right now. Why the hell did you get ahead of yourself? Miku. She got there first, she thought with a pout. Yotsuba, it's mostly my fault. I didn't let him rest properly and forced him to come skiing. The least I can do is accompany him. The sisters understood the feeling and guilt that Yotsuba felt, so the one who spoke was Itsuki. Itsuki. Ah, sigh. Okay, I guess it's not bad that Yotsuba wants to fix her mistake. Yotsuba celebrated like a little girl being seen by her sister with a small smile. Itsuki, just this once Yotsuba. I'll give you the advantage. He thought looking at his older sister with a smile. End of flashback. Well, that would be all that has happened. When they came for me, Yotsuba did not leave me at any time. While all this was happening in the minds of the quintuplets and Geto, there was a question. Where is Futaro? Somewhere in the forest of the camp we see a young man with palm tree hair on the ground. It was Futaro and he was hurt. Futaro, I have to see throw them. He was crawling on the ground while a silhouette behind him watched him. The silhouette raised its hand in his direction while from its hand sprang cursed energy. And Futaro's vision went dark. End of Pav Geto. It had been a day since she arrived at the hospital. It seems that a celebrity gave birth to her children in this hospital, like 16 years ago. I don't know, it was a rumor I heard from some doctors. It seems that the mother was young. Well, it doesn't matter anyway, it was a long time ago. Itsuba. Suddenly opening the door. Geto-san. You have to listen to this. Geto. He saw that Yotsuba had her cell phone in her hand. Geto. Futaro is coming here. Miku. Some students found him on the ground very hurt, they healed him as they could here to take him in better condition to where you are. Geto, frustrated, damn. So that's why he wasn't anywhere, he thought, disappointed in himself for not helping his friend. Miku, I'll leave you, so you can think. Take care, Geto-kun. I love you, she said the last part in a whisper that Geto couldn't hear and hung up immediately. Geto. What did he say? Geto started walking around his hospital room, so he could recover quickly he had to take the medicine as an injection. It's better not to tell the drama that Geto did. Itsuba saw him worried, she knew what he was going through and tried to calm him down. Itsuba. Calm down, Geto-san, in 1 or 2 hours he will be here and you can ask him what happened. Not very convinced, I just sigh. Itsuba. Besides, they've already treated him there. They're just bringing him here to make sure there aren't any major problems. Geto, sighing good. At that moment they started knocking loudly on the door. Geto. Who could it be? Itsuba shouted from the bathroom. Itsuba. Comically angry, open up, Geto-san, that noise is very annoying. Geto. I'm coming. Warning. But as soon as he got up he felt the atmosphere heavy and the knocking stopped. Itsuba. Leaving the bathroom, who was it? But as he stepped out of the bathroom he felt his shoulders heavy. Itsuba, what? What is this feeling? I feel like my shoulders are heavy and my legs are shaking, she thought, scared. Geto, this kind of feeling is only given by a special class curse. Itsuba, reinforce your body with cursed energy and jump off the balcony. Itsuba. What? Geto-san, I still don't handle bad energy very well. Geto. Itsuba. Itsuba didn't understand the situation, but she knew she had to obey, so she only did what was asked. Geto serious, he began to approach the door with 2 thoughts in mind. You won't open the door. Be on the alert. Although it contradicted the first thought. I wouldn't go down anyway. Geto, I don't think it's what I think. I mean, why would a curse bother knocking on the door and not destroy it? It must be the doctor and all this was my imagination, yes. That's it. He convinced himself. You opened the door and it seemed like time stopped. Geto. Yes, doctor. His eyes opened wide. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Or who. Geto. Let's play. Itsuba had barely fallen from the balcony and fortunately managed to land safely. Itsuba, phew, I thought it wouldn't be well liked. Boom. Itsuba looked up and saw something that scared her. Itsuba. Geto-kun. She screamed in fear as she saw how Geto got out of the floor where she was bleeding. Geto's injured and bleeding body fell beside him. Itsuba. Geto. What's going on? Geto. Smoke began to come out of Geto's body in a sign that he was using the reverse rituals. Itsuba. Run. At that moment the same one who was the strongest sorcerer along with Geto came out of the hole he made in the wall and saw where Itsuba was. That girl reminded him of someone. Shoko. Bye guys. Her best friend came to mind. Then she put her hand in the shape of a gun and shot them both. Geto. Itsuba, be careful. He approached Itsuba to protect her. When the red crashed into Geto a smokescreen formed and then the white-haired wizard approached at great speed. Satoru. Shoko, you will too. At high speed he attacked Geto, who put his arm to protect himself and Itsuba. But Geto paid more attention to his friend's body and what he saw scared him even more. Satoru. We'll have a great time together. Satoru, where am I? He looked around and was in the Goho clan. Satoru. Huh? He turned to the side curiously. Satoru. In. Geto was in front of him watching. Satoru. Oh. He saw that he had a snowball in his hand. Oh. It's a snowball fight. He saw how Shoko stood next to Geto. Satoru. Oh. Shoko is here too. Satoru. Excited, then it will be a snowball fight and Shoko will be on your side. I prepare my snowball aiming at both of them. Satoru. Take this. But in reality that snowball was a red one that exploded and sent both boys flying. Itsuba. Geto. Geto. Itsuba. Spread the word and tell them to evacuate everything. Itsuba, TSK. Fine, but please take care of yourself. She left the place with tears on her face. Geto. Looked behind Satoru at a specific point. Satoru did the same and saw a couple of somewhat older adults. Satoru. Satoru's imagination. Satoru. Smiling, do you want to play too? Out of your imagination. Satoru pointed his hand at the couple from which a red light came out. Geto. Hey. I try to get his attention. In Satoru's imagination the blue-eyed boy prepared to throw the snowball. Geto, stop. Hey. Geto. Stop, Satoru. But it was too late, he threw the red at the couple and the attack exploded. Geto. Now more healed thanks to the reverse ritual, he launched himself to attack Satoru, and from a shadow came the caterpillar curse that came out of his mouth, wandering cloud ah. In Satoru's imagination. Satoru. Ouch. He complained about the snowball Geto threw at him. Idiot, you want to join, huh? He smiled. There it goes. He started throwing snowballs while smiling as Geto dodged them, smiling. Out of your imagination. Everything was explosions, and in the distance you could see a bright red light. Everything was death and destruction. Geto. You damn idiot. Stop it. From his back appeared many black circles from which curses in a bright blue were shot at high speed with the intention of attacking the second strongest sorcerer. But it seemed like he was making fun of him, since with a smile, he dodged and threw a red one where there was a civilian. Geto, Satoru, please stop. Stop killing so many people. He said with great importance while he saw how each attack ended in death. In Satoru's imagination. Throwing snowballs at whoever I saw. Satoru. I wonder who will win this snow duel. Out of your imagination. Geto in a flash of speed managed to appear in front of him and clenched his fist that was surrounded by cursed energy. Geto. Black flash. The black lightning bolt with red flashes appeared and sent Satoru flying. What he didn't tell was that where he sent him to fly were the people who were barely there. Geto. Shit. He quickly headed there. On the other side of town. Itsuba helped evacuate as best she could. She managed to get the officers to stay and help in some way. Itsuba, come on ma'am. We have to go. But they heard a loud bang, everyone turned around and saw a smoke screen, and Satoru came out with a smile. In Satoru's imagination. Satoru. Seeing more people, oh. More players. Smiled. Out of your imagination. When he was about to throw a red ball, he was hit by Geto, which caused him not to execute the red ball. Geto. Itsuba Korin. Itsuba Geto-san. Geto only saw Satoru, who saw him and put himself in a combat stance, but his cursed energy was not the same. Geto, I don't know how you were even alive. But one thing is certain. If someone is responsible for this, I'll kill them. But for that I have to defeat you. A hand-to-hand fight between the two otherworldly sorcerers began again. Each blow echoed in the place, raining blows reinforced by cursed energy. A strong blue and red glow was what was seen. Geto. Exalted, why the hell haven't they left? So worried he saw how no one moved. Not even Itsuba, as they watched a fight between the two beings in shock. In Satoru's imagination. Satoru, somewhat tired, I'm having a lot of fun. But he started looking around. You and I have played a lot, Geto. Don't you think it's time? Out of your imagination. Satoru. To include everyone else. At that moment Geto felt dizzy, he began to feel a large amount of cursed energy gather where Satoru was. Geto knew what he was planning to do. Geto. Itsuba. Move. But it was too late. Satoru Goho had executed his. Satoru, domain expansion. You saw how a kind of sanctuary with a mouth and skulls emerged from the ground. Geto. What's happening? Why isn't it doing anything? I saw how despite having already executed his domain, nothing was happening unless. Geto. Upset Itsuba Korin. Itsuba. Huh. Yes. Itsuba took two children who were within her reach and shouted. Itsuba. Let's go. Run. Some did what Itsuba said but others didn't. And paid the consequences. In Satoru's imagination. Satoru, there are many people. But if I can beside him there were many snowballs, he grabbed one in each hand and started throwing them at everyone he saw. Out of your imagination. Everything was chaos and destruction out of nowhere, everything began to be destroyed by thousands of cuts, houses, cars. People. Geto was no exception and began to be cut. He used the inverse rituals at their maximum power, which affected his brain. But he saw how Satoru was not saved because he was also cut by his own attacks. Geto, I don't understand anything. How is it possible that his own attacks affect him? He thought bewildered. It doesn't matter, I'll use it to my advantage. But when Geto was about to attack, his nose started bleeding. Geto, no. No, no, no. Not now. So much using the reverse rituals. And when he turned his gaze to the front. Satoru. Aka. The red that came out like a bullet went through Geto, more specifically in his kidney. Geto. Buok. He spat out blood. But Geto with his last strength with his dagger-shaped hand was surrounded by cursed January and cut off Satoru's right arm. Geto, well. With that. He won't use red anymore. But he received a kick that pushed him away and a blue light was forged in his hand. Satoru. Ow. At that he heard a strange sound as he turned his head and there was the red one that crossed him going at full speed. Geto. Spitting blood again. The red one managed to cross it to the side and saw that a purple light began to appear. He jumped as fast as he could, moving away as far as he could. But it wasn't enough. A large purple light could be seen in the distance, even those in the camp were able to see it. In the town everything was a disaster, on the wall was Geto, he managed to survive, but he was very badly injured. The line of blood was running from his head while he had burns and was missing his right arm. Geto, damn. How embarrassing I am. I can't save them, he said while grabbing the rest of his right arm. Yotsuba. Geto-san. Geto turned his gaze and saw Yotsuba approaching him with tears in her eyes. Geto, Yotsuba. Don't tell me you got hurt. He said when he saw that Yotsuba's uniform was torn and bloody. Yotsuba, fortunately, I'm not seriously injured. But you. Geto. Yotsuba, take whoever you can and leave me. Yotsuba. Never. I'm tired of just watching you fight and risk your life while I'm protected. I want to help you, she started crying. Geto, sorry Yotsuba. There's nothing I can do. Little by little they began to hear footsteps, it was Satoru. Yotsuba, at that moment an idea came to mind. Geto, I know how to help you. You just paid attention. Satoru was in front of a Geto in a pool of blood. Satoru. Do you want to give up, Geto? Get up. Let's continue. At that time the drops of the clouds began to fall on the bodies of both sorcerers, the rain was somewhat strong, and thunder was heard. When he was about to get closer he felt another presence. Footsteps were heard running through the puddles with speed, it was Yotsuba who was approaching Satoru with her fist. Flashback. Geto. A contract. Yotsuba. You told me about the contracts that sorcerers make, either with themselves or among themselves, and both parties benefit. Geto, but Yotsuba. A contract. You barely know how to reinforce your body with cursed energy. Yotsuba, I know. But let me help you. Even if it's just once. Crying. Geto, wiping her tears with her only arm. Okay. What is the contract about? Yotsuba, I will give you my cursed energy, and in return you will grant me 4 wishes. Geto Chibi, I think he sees me as a genie of wishes, but he didn't have time to think, because he saw Satoru's plum. Fine, I accept. End of flashback. Time seemed to stop as Satoru's eyes saw how Yotsuba's fist surrounded by cursed energy began to approach. Yotsuba, I only have one chance. Remember your sisters, for my sisters, remember your mother and father, for my parents. Remember Futuro and friends, for my friends. Remember you, for them I dedicate this. Yotsuba. Black flash. Satoru received a black flash in his side, spitting out some blood. Satoru. Bueaki spat out blood as he saw Yotsuba. Yotsuba, that was for the people you killed. And this. For hurting me. Dear Geto. Doho flew through the air, crashing into the trees. Once he recovered he saw Geto in front of him. In Satoru's imagination. Satoru was throwing snowballs with a smile, but stopped when he saw Geto with a snowball. He was about to throw it, but he had tears in his eyes. Satoru. Why are you crying? He saw his friend throw the snowball at him, knocking him to the ground with traces of snow. Satoru, anyway, I'm done. Anyway, I don't like snowball fights, they just leave your hands cold, he complained. He got up from the snow and looked into Geto's eyes. Satoru, anyway. Geto. I liked it. Out of imagination. Geto. Playing next to you with tears in my eyes. Geto. With tears in his eyes, rest in peace, friend. Satoru. Thanks. Geto. Geto, hey Satoru. Satoru. How could he turn his head to see Geto? Geto wanted to curse him for so many deaths he caused and Yotsuba's near death. But those words that were supposed to curse him. They got stuck in his throat and all he could say was. Geto. We'll meet again, right? He said in a dull voice. But he fell asleep next to the one he considered his friend. No. His brother. As I watched the doctors arrive at the scene with Yotsuba. Yotsuba, Geto-kun. And finally rest after a crazy fierce battle. Christmas special one-shot. We met at the Uesugi house, where there were 4 people. One was Futuro, who was wearing his usual clothes while reading a book. Geto. Will you never leave that book? Futuro. Shut up, idiot, I'm concentrating. Geto. I'm telling you right now that no one will want to play your games. At that, Raiha came out of her room and then Isanari came out of hers. Isanari. Ready. They're waiting for us. Raiha. Let's go. She started pulling Geto and Futuro. Geto. Here we go. Futuro. They don't even leave me alone at Christmas. As he left the house, Geto stopped. Isanari. What's up, Geto? Geto. Let's wait. Futuro. Who? At that moment a limousine parked in front of them, and when they lowered the window. Geto. Abata. Abata. Hello young Geto, good evening Uesugi family. Raiha. Good night. Futuro. What are you doing here, Mr. Abata? Abata. He took them away. Geto. I told them it wasn't necessary but they. Abata. You know how they are, young Geto, come up. Raiha. Yes. First Raiha got unaccompanied by Isanari, then Futaro and finally. Isanari. Wow, how elegant France is. Futaro. And yes, impressed with how it looked inside. We met in the quintuplets apartment, which was very decorated. Each quintuplet was doing something. Nino was cooking, he was making a cake. Nino. He put his finger in the icing and tasted it. Perfect. Miku was helping Itsuki decorate the apartment. Itsuki, I have to admit I feel anxious. Friend. But. Itsuki, it's just that. You know, every Christmas we spent it between the five of us and occasionally with Dad. But this Christmas, not only Dad is coming, but also the Uesugi family. Raiha, Mr. Isanari, Futaro and Miku, Geto. She noticed a blush on Itsuki's face and calmly asked him, it's because of Geto, right? Itsuki. I still feel a bit bad about what I did at camp. Miku, you know he doesn't care, as long as you're okay it's enough. That's how he is, she said while looking at the window with a smile and a blush. Ichika. Just woke up, huh? What happened? Itsuba. Help, I'm tangled up. She cried for help, tangled in the tree's wires. Ichika, I'm coming. At the entrance of the building. The limousine had arrived at its destination, the building where the quintuplets lived. Raiha. Let's go. She opened the door and ran out. Isanari. Wait. He went after his daughter. Ibata, ho. That girl sure has energy. And Futaro, how does he have no idea? They said tiredly. The family along with Ibata opened the door of the building and headed to the elevator. Futaro. No wait, no. He saw how the doors closed, he's taking me. Geto. Hey Futaro. He saw how Futaro started heading towards the stairs while cursing I don't know what things. Raiha. Where are you going? There's another elevator. She pointed to the elevator on the right. Geto, leave him Raiha, leave him. He said with a drop of sweat, remembering that he did the same thing before, let him realize it on his own. But that the four entered the elevator and the doors closed. Futaro. They opened the door where he came from and he fell to the ground, tired damn stairs. Geto. Holly. Futaro. Futaro saw how Geto and Raiha bent down to see him. Not help him, to see him. Futaro. How did they get here so fast? He saw the second elevator on the side and came to his senses. I'm carried away. He is hit by Raiha. Raiha. No swear words. Isanari. That's my daughter, he thought proudly. Ibata went to the door and knocked on it. Oh. They heard a voice approaching. Raiha. Itsuki. Went to hug her. Itsuki. Raiha. I accept the hug. Isanari. Merry Christmas Eve, Miss Itsuki. Itsuki. Merry Christmas Eve, Mr. Isanari, come in. He stepped aside. Geto. Hello Itsuki. I greet her and then enter. Itsuki. Hello, Geto-kun. He closed the door. Geto. The one you were crying for has arrived. Exclaimed a chibi Geto. Our four. Geto-kun. Geto-san. Itsuba. Geto-san. Help, I'm tangled up. She cried for help with comical tears. Ichika. Huh. But I just untied you. Itsuba, Geto. I'm going. They started talking normally until Futaro spoke excitedly. Futaro. Guys, listen up. Everyone paid attention. Geto. There is no. Futaro, it's time. For board games. Itsubaraiha. Board game Yuppie. Nino. Until he says something interesting. Miku. Futaro suggesting we play board games instead of studying. The world is going to end. Ichika. If it's going to end, I'll take my last little sleep. She went to lie down on the sofa. Geto, here it comes. Itsuki. Interested, and what is it about? Futaro. They're math games. But he got 2 paper balls thrown at him by Itsuba and Raiha with pouts. Itsuba. You don't play with that. Raiha. Bad Oni-chan. She started to spray him with a spray bottle. Geto. I told you nobody wanted your games. Futaro, wet and depressed, shut up. Geto. Seeing Nino next to him and got nervous. Nino. You owe me a dance. Geto. Come on Nino, don't be like that. Where is the usual tsundere Nino? Nino. Looking at him with his bright blue eyes of anger. Who are you calling an aggressive tsundere, son of your depressive mother? Geto. Geto was on Miku's lap crying. Geto, console him. Miku. Blushing, ah yes, she caresses his head. Time skip. Now everyone was talking when the bell rang. Nino. It's probably him. He opened it. Geto. Who is it? I asked while Futaro was drinking water next to her. And the one who had arrived was none other than Maru Nakano, the father of the quintuplets. Maru. Good night everyone. Futaro. PFFFF. Spits out his water. Isanari. Understand. Futaro. Good. Good night Mr. Dad. Nervous. Meru. Don't tell me that. Futuro. Okay. Geto. Hello, father-in-law. That word caused a blush in the Nakano sisters and annoyance to the man in the suit. Miku. Geto not here. Ichika. Geto-kun has the courage to talk to dad like that. Nino. Bah. Baka, are you an idiot? Itsuki, call him. Call him that in front of everyone. He covered his face in embarrassment. Itsuba. Just blushed. Meru. Annoyed, what did you say? Geto. I said, hello boss. Meru. Not very convinced. Ah, yeah, you better. Isanari. Attention. I have some slips of paper with your name on them in this box. You're going to put your hand in the box and whoever touches it will be the one who gets a gift at the New Year's exchange. Everyone put their hand in and each one had their reaction. Meru. Really? He thought, annoyed when he saw that he had Isanari. Isanari. Seeing her little note that said Raiha, I already know what to give her. Miku. Disappointed, what was the probability that I would get my own little piece of paper? Raiha saw her disappointed and thought. Raiha. Raiha-chan to the rescue, approached Miku and whispered, hey Miku, who touched you? Miku just showed him. Raiha. Do you want it? Miku, seeing who touched her, immediately nodded because it was Jito's turn. Raiha, I can give it to you. In exchange for a generous amount. Miku. Surprised, I came across as an extortionist, sigh, okay, what do you want? Raiha. Lie, here she gives him the slip of paper discreetly. Miku. Looking at her little piece of paper, bless you Raiha. Geto. Looking at his little note, I'll see what to give. Futuro. He's taking me. Geto. Turned to look at him. Futuro. He saw him scared. Mr. Nakano touched me. Obviously what they were talking about they couldn't be heard because they were somewhat apart. Itsuba. Thinking, what do I do with the wishes that Geto-san owes me? I don't know, nothing comes to mind. She saw Raiha hair. Raiha, if you had the chance to make a wish, what would it be? Raiha. Oh. I wish we could eat delicious things, or at least. Futuro. Raiha. Not now. Raiha. Oh, sorry. Nino. Hey. Let her talk. Raiha, but. Everyone paid attention to him. Raiha, I wish other families were happy. Like I am with mine. Smiling. Everyone was moved when they heard that and the quintuplets went to hug Raiha. But. What's happening right now in other families? Let's see. We meet in a house in the city of Tokyo, in a 2-story white house where some girls were very happy. It's finally Christmas Eve. Aren't you excited that tomorrow is Christmas, Memcho? Memcho? Yep. Though I don't think I'm as excited as you, Ruby. Ruby, Wait a minute, what about my brothers? Memcho. With a finger on his chin, Aqua-kun said he went to help his mother with the shopping, they shouldn't be long, and he must be working. Ruby. On Christmas Eve. I'll see. Ruby went to her older brother's room and tried to open the door, but it was locked. Ruby. Oni-chan Baka. The young Ruby returned to the room. Memcho. So, where is it? Ruby. Wait. Ruby went out to the backyard and went to the side where there was a window. Fortunately for her, her brother's room was on the first floor and his window overlooked the courtyard. So when I was in front of him, he opened the window. Ruby. Annoyed Oni-chan. There was his brother working on his computer in strange clothes. Oh. Ruby, what's wrong? Ruby. That's what I ask you. What are you doing on the computer instead of being in the living room with us, Geto-san? Geto. I'm sorry, I had to finish this yesterday, but it got complicated and I had to finish it as soon as possible. Ruby. Pout. Geto. Ah, look, if you want, I'll go work at the living room with you and when I'm free, I'm all yours, okay? I try to convince her so I can finish quickly and spend time together. Ruby. Okay, I'll wait for you. Ruby closed the window and Geto grabbed her computer and went to open the door to her room. Geto. Did I lock the door? He didn't care and opened the door and went to the living room. Geto. Hello Memcho, happy night, smiled. Memcho. Good night Geto-san. He looked at his computer. Are you going to work? Geto. Yes, I had to convince Ruby to let me work here and once I finished I would live with you. She opened her computer and started working. Memcho. It must be hard studying and working as an intern, right? Geto. Yes, but I know it's for the best. Ruby, entering the room, but I still say that you demand too much of yourself. You study, you do internships and you are still with Aqua in the same studio for that damn series, she said, annoyed by the series where her older brother hung out with her brother and a certain girl. Geto. I still don't understand why my relationship makes you angry, even if it was a fake one, he thought, somewhat nervous about his fake relationship with a certain blue-haired actress. Ruby. HMP. Turned her head to the side. Geto got to work and after a while Ruby remembered what she was going to ask him. Ruby. Right, Nai-san, what do you think of our Christmas clothes? Geto. It suits you, you look very beautiful. He gave them a smile that made them both blush. Ruby turned her head blushing, she wanted to blush her brother but ended up the other way around. Ruby, someday. Someday I'll make you see me as more than just a stepsister, she thought blushing but determined. At that moment a young man with blonde hair arrived with a girl with red hair. Ruby. Oh, Akwanai-chan and Loli-senpai are finally here, she smiled. The red-haired girl left the bag she was carrying on a small table and approached Ruby angrily. What the hell did you call me? Angry in chibi mode. MHA. Calm down, Kana-chan, nervous because of her friend's explosive attitude. Do something, Aqua-kun. Aqua. Ruby, leave Loli-senpai alone, she said neutrally. Hana. You same. But her eyes fell on Geto and she ran to him. Hana. Geto-kun, tell them something, accused the Heshino brothers. Geto. Without looking away, Ruby, if you continue I'll go to my room. Ruby. Gossipy, Loli-senpai. Both young women fought childishly. Aqua. Hey Geto, you look very stressed. Are you going to finish? Geto. Yes, I'm a bit new, but I'm going to finish. Why? Aqua. Do you want a friendly confrontation to de-stress? She challenged him neutrally, but her voice held some emotion. Geto. I don't know, last time mom scolded us. Aqua. Afraid. Geto. Now both were looking at each other seriously in a combat position. Aqua. Listo. Geto. I was born ready. They both saw each other and in a blink of an eye were a few meters closer. Aqua. TNNNN. Geto. Aqua. When their fists were about to collide, two pans hit their faces, leaving them with the same shape as their faces. Geto. Also. Aqua. TSK. They turned to see who it was and it was Ruby with a pan and. Geto. Akane. He was scared when he saw that the one holding the other pan was his girlfriend. Geto. He saw his girlfriend angry, so he tried to change the subject. Ho. Hi Akane, you look beautiful tonight. He tried to flatter her to distract her, although he wasn't lying when he called her beautiful. Akane, with a smile and a blush, thanks for your compliment Geto-kun. But she lifted the pan with Geto's face in it to hit him, they were about to make baka. Geto. He rubbed, ouch, calm down Akane, I was going to stop at the last second. Aqua. Being scolded by Ruby, we were just playing rough. Hello my loves. Everyone saw how a beautiful young woman with purple hair and starry eyes arrived at the courtyard. It was Ai Hashino. Nakurabi. Mom. They went to hug her. My babies. She was hugged by Ruby and Aqua, but they felt how they were lifted. Hello Geto-chan, she greeted him, seeing how he hugged the three and could lift them. Geto. Lowering them. Hello mom. Akane approached to greet her. Akane. Good night, mother-in-law, with a darkened look. Hello, daughter-in-law, same as I. Geto. Oh no, they've already started. Geto started to be pulled by both girls. Give it to me, it's mine. Demanded Chibi. Akane. It's not mine. Just like her. Everything was observed by a somewhat jealous Kana. Now everyone was inside about to have dinner. Geto. Vio Akane. Akane. Geto. He just opened his arms and a few seconds later Akane hugged him better. Akane, with a smile, better. I'm Skip. Everyone was around the tree. Geto. What did I get myself into? When we decided that we would have a relationship only at work, I didn't think that it would extend to my family. I tried many times to cut this off but I can't. I think that she sees how Akane with a coffee in her hand smiles while a small current of wind moved her hair and they had eye contact for a moment. Geto, I like it. But first I have to clarify my feelings for them. In Kyoto we found ourselves in a dojo that seemed somewhat old. Everything was laughter and fun being observed by a young man with a blue haori with white parts on the sleeves and a red scarf with squares. I would like to have this view every day. But then a brown-haired girl approached. Geto-kun, what are you doing here alone? Geto. Oh, nothing Masha, I'm just watching them have fun. Masha. I understand, you know. I haven't had this much fun with so many people since our last Christmas with my family and yours. Geto. Heh, I'll never forget the beating we gave to Shizo-sen that day. Person. Oya Geto-kun. Geto. Masha raised a finger wanting him to look up. Geto. Isn't that mistletoe? Masha. Yes, she approached Geto and stole a kiss on his lips. Geto. Blushing. Masha. Separating. What the hell were they doing? Both young men turned their heads and saw a silver-haired girl. Geto. Alia. It's not what you think. Alia. You got there first. I put that mistletoe there so I could be the one to kiss it. Seeing her sister. Geto. What? Alia. I won't be left behind. She took Jito's face and brought it closer to her lips. I promised I would fight for you, and that's what I will do. She smiled at him. Everything was seen by 3 jealous girls. But the nervous tick. With his hands together and a frown. I didn't know Saji-kun was so good with girls. The 3 girls went to complain. That guy has them crazy. Mr. Kondo, tell them something. Kondo, God give me patience. In an apartment we see 3 people, one is a young man with brown hair who was putting some futons on the floor. I wonder how they convinced me of this. They didn't convince you, I forced you, Oni-chan. True. Shit, it's true. He received a blow from a black-haired girl. Ouch. Rudeness in front of the girl. No, Sakuda angry. Sakuda. Fine, but don't get angry. Thank you, Mai-san. Mai. Denataki-chan. Then the bell rang. Sakuda. Seifo. But Mai just signaled him to go open it. Sakuda, all of me. Annoyed, you should endure this, why am I being punished? When he opened the door he saw 2 young men he recognized very well. Kid. Ryo-san. Ran to the door. Yutaba. Hello little kid. Kid. Pout hey. I'm not small. Ryo. If what you say. I stroke Kid's head. Kid. I see you finally got out of your lab. Ryo. You know how he is, he likes to create new things. Kid. I remember the time he brought an invention that flew and left a trail of light, it looked like magic. Magic? Sakuda, hey no. No, nom, nem yen. I hate that word, I don't use any kind of magic. Jito. It's science. Ryo. Well, let's go inside, it's cold. Kid. Yes, let's go. She entered the apartment. You got depressed that they ignored you. Jito. Seeing Sakuda and the others. Sakuda. Then they arrive. He closed the door. We were on a farm, more specifically in one part of it there was a dojo where 2 young men who appeared to be twins were training. But then 5 girls arrive. The pink-haired girl looked at Jito with a blush. How good does Kun look when he's training? Wipe off a drool, at least not with a frown. Sorry. Typing on his phone for a loud voice to say what he wrote. Should we stop them to let them know about dinner? I agree with Shizuka-san, if I'm right the food will be finished in 5 minutes, 20 seconds and counting. Naino-san is right, also remember that Rentaro warned that he would arrive earlier. Kusuri has a point, let's warn him at once. Besides, didn't your mom threaten to come and take them by the ear if we don't take them? Hikari. Hikari. Right, thanks for remembering Inda-chan. Meanwhile with the twins they kept fighting until they ended up very close. Not bad, it seems that you are getting stronger, Jito. Jito. Smiling, I can say the same about Yuichiro Nai-san. Inda. Jito, come on, dinner is ready. Jito. Okay, let's go, he said looking at 5 of his 6 girlfriends. Ichiro. I keep wondering how you got so lucky to have more than one girlfriend. Jito. Smiling, maybe it was thanks to a distracted god. We are in one of the best schools in Japan, which is very difficult to get into. In the dormitories of Class D it was very Christmassy. Wow, I didn't think this would be so much fun seeing the good atmosphere that was present. Oh, hello Suzune-san, how are you? Suzune. Fine, thank you Irie-san. Irie. You know, I have to admit, that cut suits you very well. Suzune. Thank you Irie-san and I like your new look. Irie. Thank you. Sorry for the delay, Ichinus will arrive in a few moments with Kishida and Professor Sei. Arai Suzune. Welcome back Jito-kun. Jito. Thanks for the welcome, let's go chat until the last ones arrive, okay? Arai Suzune. Hi. Why didn't you tell me he's waiting for us outside? Calm down Kei, what is you like this? From another room Miyuki takes care of Kei so that nothing happens to him. Miyuki, yes dad. Kei. Shut up and tell me how do I look? Miyuki, you look very pretty, but why are you wearing? Ah, I know why. Or for whom. She turned and headed to the entrance. Miyuki. Hola Jito. Jito, hi Prissy. I'm really excited about tonight, aren't you? Kei. Hola Jito-kun. Jito. Oh, hi Kei-chan, let's go, they're waiting for us at the council. Miyuki. Okay. But the quintuplets. Everything was calm, it was laughter and fun. Jito. Saw Miku try a bit of Nino's cake before serving it. Jito tried not to laugh, well Miku was embarrassed that I saw her. Jito had gone to the balcony to see the view and then Yotsuba arrived. Yotsuba. Hello Jito-san, what are you doing? Jito. Nothing, just seeing the city, it's definitely a beautiful view. Yotsuba, yes it is. Hey Jito-san, what did they call Christmas at your witchcraft high school? Jito. Heh, we called him Christmas. Yotsuba. Christmas. Jito. Yes, it was an important date, as you know most of the time we have to go on dangerous missions, but between the 24th and 25th of Christmas, we not only have the day off, but we also meet with the Kyoto school. Geto. Sometimes we prepared games for entertainment, whether board or physical, we could even use our ritual techniques without restrictions, and we were allowed to break most of the rules. Itsuba. Wow, they must have been going crazy, weren't they? Geto, sometimes. But I remember that before Christmas ended we had to dance with a couple. Itsuba. I imagine many were left alone. Geto. Nope, after all there are friends and you can dance with them too, there are no limits, it can be a normal dance or the craziest one. Itsuba. The light goes on and she takes out her cell phone and plays a song. You pack a bag, you say goodbye. Geto. I look at her confused. You kiss me on the cheek. Geto. What are you doing? And look me in the eye. You tell a lie. That you will son return to me. Itsuba. Well, we can't dance without a song so. Come, she extended her hands to Geto. Geto. Period. Itsuba. Itsuba. No buts. If you refuse then I order you to dance with me. Geto. Chibi, are you serious? Itsuba. Chibi, yes, and I just gave you an order as the contract says, just let yourself go, okay? I love you then, I love you still. Then they both started dancing to the rhythm of the music as if they were a couple. And now it won't be long until you're here at last. And then I ask. Itsuba. Ha, I think if someone saw us they would say we look ridiculous. If your heart still burns for me. Geto. Yes, I think after this your dad is going to want to kill me. Geto. I mean, I'm dancing with his daughter at home and the joke I played on him earlier is still going to kill me. Itsuba. But it seems like you never cared what dad thought of you. Just to see if Yaoi be mine. Itsuba. What is the reason? Geto. Well, as a certain sister Nakano said, I'm just going with the flow. Merry Christmas. Geto. In a turn he let her fall slightly, holding tightly to her waist and approached her face. Itsuba. Ha 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 ha. He laughed as he lifted his left leg a little and then Geto lifted it and they both stared into each other's eyes. Know that you are on my mind. That's when their eyes met, that special and romantic moment. Itsuba with a smile and a blush hugged him. Itsuba, kissing his cheek. I love you so much. Geto-kun. Merry Christmas. Itsuba continued hugging him with a smile and a blush, enjoying his company. But Geto had a sad look of nostalgia and could only see the moon. Truer love is hard to find. The day so long awaited by everyone arrived, it was Christmas. Everyone in their house opened the gifts that were on their tree. The quintuplets only opened their presents with a smile under the gaze of the elder Nakano and his faithful assistant. And in the Uesugi house it was the same. Geto watched the three of them open their gifts with joy and that brought back another melancholic memory. Geto. Going outside. Futuro. Where are you going, Geto? Geto. I just want fresh air, I'll be right back. Raiha. I want a soda too. Futuro. He said fresh air, not soda. Raiha. Jahaja. I would travel every ring of hell. Just to see if Yaoi be mine. Merry Christmas. Know that you are on my mind. Geto, looking at the sky, remembering what Shoko and Raiko told him. They were right. Remember that. Merry Christmas. Geto. Looking at the screen. True love is hard to find. Merry Christmas, they wish you. New Year Special 2025. We met at the mall where in one of the many stores were two girls, one of them was the little sister of Fuudoro Uesugi, the youngest of the small Reiha Uesugi family. The little girl was accompanying the third of the 5 Nakano sisters, Miku Nakano, who asked the younger Uesugi for help. Right. Easy, let's choose the exchange gift for you. Miku. Looking at some shelves. A tie. Raiha. Looking at other things. I gave him a tie last year so he could wear it to some party or important place and he still hasn't worn it. Miku. And clothes. Raiha. Just gave him a raised eyebrow look saying, are you serious? Miku. True, she's not very dressy. Both went to see something else at the other stands and passed by the food area. Miku. What if I give him something sweet? Like ice cream or something like that? Raiha. Nope, every time Fuudoro and he receive their paycheck, Geto nice and goes directly to the ice cream parlor and buys them ice cream. If you see our refrigerator, you would see that there is a lot of ice cream. Miku was about to suggest something else, but Raiha spoke as if she knew what she was going to say. Raiha. And don't even talk about sweets or those things, I have enough that the few that he has he doesn't share with me. He doesn't actually share his sweets with her because Raiha steals them without realizing it. Miku. And what ice cream do you like the most? Raiha. It's ice cream, we have a lot and when we finish it without warning to have more space in the refrigerator, she gets depressed when her favorite ice cream runs out. Raiha thought for a moment and then spoke. Raiha. How about a trip to some city? Miku. We just came back from Kyoto a few days ago, not to mention the trip to the hot springs. Raiha. Sigh, you've already given him so many things that I'm out of ideas. On another side of the same mole we see Geto and Fuudoro who was falling asleep. Geto. Come on Fuudoro, concentrate, you're falling asleep giving a sniff to Fuudoro. Fuudoro. We've been here all day Geto, do you see anything Yotsuba has liked lately? I don't know, something. The boys were more or less in the same situation as the girls, except that Geto was looking for a gift for Yotsuba and couldn't figure out what would be good to give her. Geto. I don't know, I can't think of anything. Fuudoro. And a stuffed animal. Geto. Fuudoro, his bed is full of stuffed animals. Fuudoro. Demons. Geto. I can't think of anything, if I were Miku I would know perfectly what to give her. Fuudoro. I imagine so. Geto. Being original after so much time and without knowing very well their tastes is totally impossible for me. Fuudoro. Don't give up, maybe you'll find a way to surprise her. But Fuudoro turned his gaze for a moment to the exit and there was Raiha who, upon seeing him, signaled him to go with her. Fuudoro. Geto, wait a moment. I'll be right back. He leaves Geto alone. Fuudoro left the store and went behind a pillar where Raiha was. Fuudoro. What are you doing here? Raiha. What am I going to do? Accompany Miku to buy the exchange gift for Geto. Fuudoro. Me too but with Geto. Raiha. And how is it going? Fuudoro. PFFF, I can't decide. Raiha. Ah, Miku doesn't either. She says she's already given him everything. Fuudoro. It must be very complicated. What do you give to someone with whom you shared important moments in your life without knowing their tastes? Raiha. Phew, and it's only been a year. Fuudoro. Also Geto is more used to giving things to Miku. Raiha. Yes, since Miku gained confidence and started doing everything to make Geto like her, like giving her gifts and cooking for her. Fuudoro. And Geto still gave her gifts as a token of gratitude, even if Miku didn't give him anything. After the events in Kyoto, Miku began to give more indications of her love for Geto, such as preparing chocolates, bread, etc. And Geto returned the gesture by giving her gifts even when Miku didn't give him anything. They both knew perfectly well each other's tastes, but Yotsuba is not Miku, and Geto knew they had different tastes. Even while searching he couldn't help but think about giving Miku a gift as he passed by some stores. Raiha. Yes, and since Geto focused more on her, he doesn't know what to give Yotsuba on this special date. Fuudoro. Well, go with Miku and go buy her gift in another area. Change floors, we can't see each other. Raiha. I'll try but don't go to the food section because you know that Geto mostly moves through the stomach. Fuudoro. Yes, there's a reason he gets along very well with Itsuki. And so both brothers separate. Geto. Thank you he thanked the lady at the store. Fuudoro. I'm sure you've got it right Geto. Geto, I hope so. Raiha. I'm sure you got it right Miku. Miku. I hope so. Both girls left the store they were in to go home, but on the way they ran into Geto and Fuudoro. Geto. Miku. What are you doing here? Miku, nervous and you guys, what are you doing here? Geto, I came with Fuudoro too. Fuudoro. To buy myself a notebook. Miku. Oh, I understand. Geto. Well, see you at your house tomorrow Miku he left accompanied by Fuudoro. Miku. Phew, that was close. And the long-awaited day arrives for both families. Fuudoro. Speaking to you in a tired tone to pay for the gift I'm going to have to stop eating for the rest of the year and get paid to do the chores for the laziest ones. Geto. I feel sorry for you he laughed seeing his friend's misfortune. The exchange began and everyone began to describe who each one touched. Hugs and laughter filled the department. Until the fourth shift arrived. Meru. Time to open my present seeing Fuudoro and Geto. Fuudoro could only describe Meru as the best boss in the world, as well as the best father, and obviously one or another laughed at that. Fuudoro. Watching with fear. But Meru went from being calm to an angry Meru. Meru. Angry and where it's a joke. I'll cut your salary. He threatened Fuudoro and Geto. Fuudoro. Sweating with some fear. But Yotsuba gave her dad a look telling him to calm down. Meru. Calm but hey, it's almost New Year's so let's put the grudges aside. Fuudoro. Calmer. Meru. Angry again what if it's a dirty trick? I'm fire you both. Fuudoro. More scared. But now Miku sent a more serious look to her father and he calmed down again. Meru. But hey, youth is youth. These days are forgiving. Fuudoro. Uff. Meru, and there you guys. All. Yeah. Meru. Oh, what a character. Meru unwrapped the gift and was surprised to see that it was alcohol of the highest quality. Meru. Surprised. Fuudoro, so. If he liked my gift, what if he's going to raise our salary? Hopefully. Meru. But of course, as not. Fuudoro and Geto started to celebrate this in silence. Meru. The best gift currently. Quintuplets. What? Itsuki. Dad, so are gifts. Meru, standing up. Well, if you excuse me, I have to go to the car to see something. Isanari, Ibata bring me ice. He quickly left the apartment followed by the two named. When he left, 4 of the 5 sisters got up and went with Fuudoro to see him with a penetrating look. Fuudoro, why? Why do you see me like this? Scared. The 4 sisters nodded and rushed towards him, while Geto discreetly left the apartment while hearing Fuudoro's pleading cry. Fuudoro? No, please. Not with a pencil sharpener. Anything but that. Geto left the apartment being discreetly followed by the 3rd Nakano sister. Enjoy. Geto went up to a small rooftop that the building had to see the moon, and then Miku arrived behind him. Miku? Hello, Geto-kun. Geto. Oh, hello Miku. Miku? What are you doing? Geto. Nothing, just remembering old times here. Miku. Like this? Not knowing what to say. Geto. Hey Miku, now that I remember, why did you go to the mall? Miku got nervous at that moment, she didn't expect Geto's question at all. Geto, seeing Miku silent, you don't need to tell me, calm down. Miku, the truth. Miku interrupted Geto, she didn't know why she was so embarrassed to tell him now, she looked around and saw that no one else was there except them. Miku, nervous and without seeing him look. You see him. The truth is that I went to buy him a gift. Geto. Slightly surprised the exchange gift. Miku, yes. And I hope it lives up to everything you've given me over all this time, and it was hard for me to choose it. Geto, well, if I'm honest, I went for the same thing, only to give the gift to Yotsuba. But I couldn't help wanting to give you a gift and it was hard for me too. Miku. It's just been a long time. Geto. A year, which is soon said. Miku. A whole year of adventures. Geto. Looking at her straight on, but you know what Miku? I already know what I want you to give me on New Year's. Miku. What? Nervous. Geto, another year, with you. Miku, with a smile. That's done. She started to approach Geto. Geto, somewhat nervous without knowing why. What are you doing? Miku, I want to give you your gift. Miku threw herself into Geto's arms, who caught her. Miku got dangerously close to Geto's face, while the moon was the only witness to this. In a random apartment, a family was eagerly awaiting the countdown. 12. 11. 10. 9. Geto didn't know what to do, he was nervous to have Miku so close once again. 8. 7. 6. 5. Both were lost in each other's gaze, their hearts began to beat very fast from being so close. 4. 3. Miku. 2. 1. Miku, I love you. Geto. It was the only thing he said before kissing Geto, who was surprised and blushed but in the end gladly accepted. Happy New Year. And so the year began for these young people, with a beautiful and loving kiss. Nozomi, me, watching everything from a TV, that seemed to be a magic one. Oh, how beautiful. Looking at the readers, thank you for being here, I hope you celebrate the new year with your family or loved ones. It's been a year since I arrived on Wattpad, this story was the one that most pushed me to where I am, and although I don't have as many followers as others, that doesn't take away from how happy I am, and I hope to have another year with you. Happy New Year 2025 to you. Quintuplets. Your 5th goddesses. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching, if you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.